Guys, hey, it's the Equipment Shed podcast here again with you. And now that we are all back from the Super Bowl, we have now hit free agency. And boy, do we got an episode for you guys. So I guess right now we're going to go ahead and start it off with Spencer. Spencer, how the free agency been looking for you, my guy?
Fuck Houston. Bro, Houston.
So you want to go over your whole division?
Yeah.
Yeah, let's do it.
First of all, they got Joe Mixon on a 7th-round pick.
Yeah, that was actually a wild pickup. I did not expect.
It's so
Cincinnati
crazy
to do
how
that.
devalued running backs really are. A 7th-round pick. Look,
Yeah.
I get Joe Mixon hasn't accumulated a lot. He's on a 1,000-yard rusher every year, but it's his total value. I mean, the dude catching out of the backfield is where his money's really at. Like, that dude's a beast out of the backfield. And they just took a 7th-round pick.
Fleeced them.
Yep, that's all they needed. All they needed.
And the fact that there were several teams that needed a running back, Cowboys, that
Hey.
did not
And they extended
even
him.
call. I mean, come
down.
on.
They extended him as well.
Hey,
A
that was smart.
3-year, $24 million deal.
That was smart.
That's great. That's I mean, decent
value.
value too. It's good
Oh,
value
yeah.
contract on both sides. And after the first year is the only thing fully guaranteed. So if he turns out to be a complete bomb, they don't really lose a whole lot.
Yeah.
But
They
like
gave up
$8
a
million
7th-round
and
pick.
$8 million
Yeah.
bucks.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
You can always go find another Devin Singletary.
yeah. So they still got Pierce to be.
I'm saying you
backing him
can
up.
go find one. I mean, I'm not
Oh,
saying
yeah,
that
yeah.
Sing-
it's impossible.
He signed a 3-year deal with I don't know who, but he left.
Yeah, he
Yeah,
did.
he did.
He did. He did.
Where did he go?
I
know.
cannot remember.
I know he signed a 3-year
We'll get
deal
to
wherever
we'll
he
get
went.
to him eventually. We'll probably find
But
him here
Houston
eventually.
went out there. They extended Noah Brown on a 1-year deal,
Yeah.
which is good. They extended Dalton Scholes, which you should have, on a 3-year, $36 million deal, 23 fully guaranteed.
He did prove himself for y'all, and he
he
played all right.
He was great for what they needed him to do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I mean, he was worth re-signing.
And he was a good
especially
security
since there
blanket
was-
for Stroud.
They had good
really-
chemistry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They go out there, they get Danico Autry, which is a great defensive signing for their line.
Yeah.
They go out and get Daniel Hunter on a 2-year deal. Which
not
made a lot of sense. So
fucking
he's
believe
from
that,
Houston.
bro.
He's from Houston, so he's playing at home. He's home.
Yeah.
Which, because he visited Indianapolis before, and then I was hoping we weren't gonna let him leave without a deal, but Houston, fuck them. Then they go out and
Yeah,
sign.
That deal is $48 million guaranteed.
Oh yeah, like
Hey.
motherfucker got paid.
Yeah.
Yeah.
As
It
you
has
should,
a max
though.
value of 51.
Yeah. 48
I mean,
mil.
for an edge though, I mean that's what you pay. That's what you pay
Yeah.
for. That's the reason why he gets that money.
They went out and got Jeff Okuda, re-signed Desmond King. They kept
And-
their kicker.
And they did it, and they did everything right. Everything they're
mean-
doing, bro. D'Amico Ryan is saving Houston right now.
It's the best thing that franchise did was so far. What it looks like is bring
It's
in
crazy.
D'Amico
Ryans
Ryan,
as
yep.
their head coach,
He's utilizing,
and he played most of
everything.
his entire career there as well.
Yep,
So
bro.
Texans, they're going to look good.
Oh,
I hate
yeah,
it.
for a while.
I hate it
For a while.
I fucking hate it.
Don't they have a top pick in the draft too?
Not
They're
this
in the
draft. That's
lower
when
first
they
round,
Yeah.
Traded, right?
but it was the fact that they were able to keep a first round pick
Yeah,
this
that's
year
what's
with
wild.
trading to get Will Anderson after taking C.J. Stroud. So
yeah.
it was impressive what he was able to do with his. Everything.
Unlike the Panthers.
Bro.
Fumbling the bag.
Dude.
Yeah.
They still continue to fumble the
Yes.
bag.
yeah.
Yeah.
So
That's insane.
They get no value.
And the Colts-
Zero value.
kept Pittman on a 3-year deal, $70
Oh,
million.
you going to the Colts now?
Yeah.
I got you.
We brought in-
Pittman probably was y'all's best re-signing.
Him and Kenny Moore are our two best re-signs, I thought.
Yeah.
Because Kenny Moore is a top 3 nickel corner.
Yeah,
the
but I
NFL
think
right now.
Pittman's bigger just because
He's our
literally,
number one.
Yeah,
I mean, he's-
anybody can throw to
And
Pittman,
he gets so
it
much
doesn't
better
matter.
each year.
Yeah.
He's brought in Joe Flacco to mentor Richardson, which I think was good. That's a good
Yeah.
move.
Yeah.
Solid for what he showed to be a plug-in piece last year for Cleveland. Like he did good enough to
Yeah,
have a backup
to
role.
get a role to play. Yeah,
Yeah,
for sure.
So, I mean,
He just looked terrible in the playoffs.
we re-signed Zaire Franklin, which was a really good signing. That dude has done nothing but ball out for us.
Yeah.
So we got him on a 3-year, $30 million deal too.
That's not bad. He gave you a little bit of a team-friendly deal.
Now we haven't brought in any free agents, but we re-signed our key players that were leaving.
Yeah.
So we retained what we needed to retain.
You at least didn't.
But there's
move
still
backwards.
there's the list of good players that are still out there right now. I mean, like you still have that safety that got cut from the Broncos.
Yeah.
He's still out there. I mean, there's a lot of really good pieces that are still just chilling.
I got a list of some of the departures
From
from each team.
Oh, you do?
Yeah. So you were talking about what's his name? Devin Singletary. He went
Yeah.
to the Giants.
That's what it was on a 3-year deal.
Yeah.
Yeah. Ooh. Yeah.
And then for you guys lost Zach Moss.
Yeah, I figured we weren't going to keep him. We got outbid for him. He got paid pretty good over in Cincinnati.
Yeah.
And it was a well-earned contract, I thought. He was
I just
huge
can't believe
for us when Home Dude
how
went
much?
down.
How old is Zach Moss?
23, 24.
He's
very
still pretty
Okay,
young.
so
Yeah, he's young.
just the younger version of
and
Joe Mixon.
he got himself a starting role over in
Yeah.
Cincinnati on a good team. So like
Yeah.
he had a good contract on a good team.
Yeah.
Like, no, I'm cool with it.
Yeah. Like I said, he's just the
He was
younger
good for us.
version
I
of
liked
what
what he
Joe
did.
Mixon was doing.
Killed it for me in fantasy.
You think
Yeah.
Gardner Minshew will start for the Raiders?
Yes,
I think he has a real good chance.
I think he also earned a
An
chance to
opportunity.
start. I think he's never really gotten a fair look, man. A lot of people
No.
dog on him, but even though he didn't win in Florida, he played good. Jacksonville just fucking sucked. The team that was around him was just absolutely garbage. Garbage.
Hot
And then he
garbage.
goes to the Eagles, and when he stepped in for the Eagles when Hurts went down, he played well.
Yeah.
For this 5-game stretch. Yeah, he lost to the Cowboys, but he did play well against the
Yeah.
Cowboys on a
Almost
good
beat
Cowboys
them.
The
defense.
division rival and
Almost
you not
beat 'em.
being used to that.
And it was away, and,
Yeah.
and I mean, yeah, he did good, and he did great for us. I don't blame him for us missing the playoffs. I completely blame our head coach for putting in the wrong
Yeah.
personnel.
Yeah, you're not
You had the wrong personnel in
Yeah.
on a play. It was the game deciding play.
Yeah.
That was not
And you
Gardner
had a
Minshew's
practice squad running back we pulled up, and you had our Zach Moss, and you had our star receiver we just paid $50 million to on the sideline. Like, that's not on Minshew. That was a great pass. Home dude dropped it.
fault.
Home dude dropped it, and then our head coach fucking blamed it on Gardner Minshew.
Nah, that
Fuck
quarterback,
you, bitch.
man.
You had the wrong personnel in.
He just can't make
That's
them
bad.
throws.
You can't
I
blame
think-
your quarterback in a time like that.
I think Minshew has earned himself
a shot.
a shot at being a full-time starter.
100%.
At least a shot.
I agree.
Tim always shits on
I
him.
will say,
Q-Tim.
y'all didn't lose very many people.
No, we retained our key pieces.
Yeah, you like. There's only like 6 people that.
I
that
like
left.
Chris Ballard's a great GM. He's so conservative when it comes to spending money on
Yeah.
free agents, and I hate
Why?
that.
I don't know.
Yeah, I know because we
Why?
have
I
missed
don't
out
know.
on some great players. We've missed out on players that wanted to come play for us. Matthew Stafford's first choice was Indy.
Yeah, that could have turned out way different.
Yeah. Look what he did. I mean, yeah, he won a Super Bowl down there. He
you
could
coulda-
have. We could have got a Super Bowl. We had
That is true.
we had a decent enough roster that he could have carried us there. Fuck out of here.
Damn.
Fuck you, Chris Ballard.
Y'all spend no money. Y'all spend
Jacksonville,
no
bro.
money.
I don't know though. They did get Gabe Davis on a 3-year deal. They $50 million though.
What do you mean? They got Matt Jones. Like he gonna save the league whenever
Can we
Lawrence goes
say
down.
that 2022 quarterback class might potentially be the worst quarterback class in the history of the NFL?
I don't know. That one with Josh Rosen and all them.
Or Ryan Leaf. That Ryan Leaf, there was some
Yeah,
big
don't-
busts in that one.
you
But
can't
I'd
bring
have
up
to do
Ryan
some
Leaf.
research on that because there were a couple
Yeah,
of
bring
bad
up Ryan
ones.
Leaf to a Chargers fan, man. That's disrespectful.
Yeah.
that's not. He's not the greatest Chargers quarterback of all time.
Ooh.
It's the greatest bust of all time.
Oh man.
Number
Yeah, it
2
was
draft
bad.
pick, and
Yeah, that's tough.
no, I think Jamarcus Russell was probably the biggest draft bust of all time.
But
And Jamarcus Russell was relevant for a while.
they did bring in Darnold Savage, Ronald Darby, Arik Armstead. That was a big one. I really thought the Cowboys should have gone and got Arik Armstead. He's one of the best run defense of tackles and
I
That's
saw
their
his
just a
worst
lot of
contract.
mon- That's
fucking-
just a lot of money.
Did you see his contract though? It wasn't much more than what the 49ers were offering him.
no.
But it was still more.
Yeah, but I mean,
And they kept Josh Allen, which that was huge.
yeah.
He's probably one of the best defensive
The
ends
quarterback?
right now. The defense staff.
There's so many Josh Allens.
Right.
In the league.
Hey, Tennessee,
Allen tackling
Tennessee,
Josh
bro,
Allen.
that contract Tennessee get Calvin Ridley got a 4-year, $92 million
Dude,
contract.
How?
I really don't know.
How?
That's
he's
so
that good.
overvalued.
But they didn't want to pay what's his name, AJ Brown, but
No.
you'll pay
Calvin Ridley.
Calvin Ridley.
They got Tony Pollard on a 3-year deal.
I like that. That's not
It was a
bad.
good deal. They got Mason Rudolph in there on a 1-year deal.
Mm-mm.
So
You know,
Swinging them helmets.
they also, I thought a decent bringing in for them was Awuzie signed a 3-year deal. With
a
them, too.
Chidobie.
Mhm. He played well for Cincinnati. He played well when
He
he was with
did.
the Cowboys.
He
so
did.
it's a good little value pick, but fuck Houston,
he mid,
man.
He mid.
There's still a lot of guys left out there, dude.
Yeah, you
There's
ain't
still a
lying.
lot.
They did lose. Man, they lost McManus, their kicker.
Not McManus, that fucking bitch. Fuck you, McManus.
Guess where he went? The Commanders.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah, bring your ass on. Come on. Please. I hope we go out there and block every field goal you throw. Bro, I would. Oh, my
Judy
God.
to the Browns.
Who?
Judy went to the Browns.
Did it just
Nigga, are you
happen?
just scrolling?
No, that happened like a couple weeks ago.
Nigga, where you at?
I was looking at the Broncos stuff. I was on the
This
West.
fucking guy.
He went
It
to
was the
West.
next one down.
What? We still got to cover the Titans.
This nigga
Can't
just
forget the
skipping
one
all
that's
over
going to win the
place.
division.
Whoa, whoa.
I'm just kidding.
What was
they
it?
ain't winning nothing.
It'll be between Indy and Houston.
100%.
But right now, it's looking like Houston.
Houston.
Well, you don't
Jesus.
think
On
Jacksonville,
paper-
has, you don't
on
think
paper,
Jacksonville
I-
has a chance?
No,
No,
no.
not at all. Their defense is too garbage.
I was going to say that.
Yeah, it's trash. And they didn't.
And
I
their
mean,
offense
but
did
they
take a hit
kept their
losing
defense
Ridley.
in, but like they didn't really do enough to make. it
They're not
better.
done making moves yet.
I think everyone's going to wait for the draft at this point.
Draft stacked and loaded.
Yeah.
This is one of the talented drafts that we've had in a
Yep.
really long time.
Especially, I heard the receiver class is like freaking,
fucking stupid
yeah,
deep.
It's ridiculous.
Stupid deep.
Bro, I'm
Yeah.
telling
The
you.
weakest class is probably the running back class because I think the Michigan's running back's really the only one that come. I think that can come in the NFL and
Produce.
yeah, but I mean, there's always that one rookie
Hey,
that
I
comes
think
out. That's a late round pick that kills it.
Oklahoma State running back coming out.
I mean, he's good. I don't know.
He's
I like
good, nigga. I, think
I like
he had
Michigan.
more rushing yards than any running back this season.
That doesn't mean a whole lot.
What do you mean that don't mean a whole lot? I mean he run the ball better than him. He might have more total yards, but he runs the ball better than him.
Nah, Cohen's better. He's the best. Michigan's running back's the best running back coming out.
Yeah, you got that Christian McCaffrey syndrome,
Just because is that dude white from Michigan?
huh?
Nah.
Oh, okay.
No,
I was gonna say.
it's
He
just
light
the,
skin.
the style of,
He
the
looked like
style
it.
of running back. He just
He might as well be.
I think that's an overvalue of the running back position when you do that. I think it's tough to find those guys, but I don't think you should go for every guy
I'll
that's
say-
like that.
I'll
Not
say,
every
okay.
guy is Christian McCaffrey.
I don't think this year with the running backs, there's any reason to take a running back before the third round.
I can
There's no
see. I
reason.
can see it, but I mean that's honestly what you can do just because.
But we're
it's
going to
such
see
a
Michigan's
devalued-
running backs going to be taken in the second round.
Yeah, I was gonna say if
It's gonna
if-
happen.
If
Somebody's gonna
any
do
of
it.
the Michigan players are on the board when we're picking, they're getting drafted.
Yeah,
And Cowboys, I think, will be the ones to,
Take them.
yeah,
you think so?
yeah.
I doubt it.
He'd be a good fit, though. He'd be a nice little piece to plug in there.
I doubt it.
I mean,
You gotta look for the worst one
Oh,
that's out there.
boy,
Spencer.
did y'all drop the ball this
They
year.
gotta have a big story behind them. That's the only way we'll sign them.
no, Deuce Vaughn's going to be y'all savior.
Yeah, you ain't lying.
Going to throw it on his 5-1 back.
Yep. That's gonna be the saving grace for us.
I remember they were so hyped for him
Bro.
during preseason.
I didn't mind the draft pick. I thought it would have been all right. I thought we were going to use him a little bit more in like a gadget
He was a
type role.
returner really more than anything for you
Yeah.
guys. He returned
And didn't
punts
even
and-
have a chance to return any of them.
Well, no, because nobody lets anybody return anything anymore. They always kick it in the end zone.
Bro. So
Stupid.
I did not like the way we used him.
No.
which was not at all.
No. I mean, I'm not saying we should have carved out a role in the offense for him, but I thought a couple of the plays that Turpin ran, I thought he could have done the same thing. You could have gave him the same opportunity.
Yeah, he's got a bigger build than Turpin too. So
Yeah,
I feel like he
and
could've
that's
probably
what I'm
broke some
saying.
tackles.
He could have at least given you something. I mean,
he runs bigger than he is.
yeah, 100%.
Because he's like 5 foot. So he's so
He
tiny.
is very small.
I think he's like 5'5", but
AFC West.
Yeah, we can go on to it since Spencer is skipping around anyways.
well, since we're on it,
We got
Jerry
the
Jeudy.
Broncos.
Jerry Jeudy got traded to the Browns.
Yeah. Dangerous Russell Wilson is no longer there.
Thank
which
God.
they are still paying him, was it $37 million? And Pittsburgh's only paying him like what, 3?
Like veteran minimum.
Yeah, I
something
think it
like
was
that.
something ridiculous.
Yeah, something
like,
stupid.
how is
Yeah.
that even possible?
Ugh.
I mean,
Yeah,
Denver
Denver really hurt themselves.
I think they only got worse, in my opinion. They didn't get anybody. They didn't
Yeah.
sign anybody.
Yeah, you're right.
They re-signed a couple players. They lost a lot more than what they gained.
Yes,
in
for
my
sure.
opinion.
For sure.
Because Jerry Judy's gone. They released. Didn't they release one of their safeties?
Simmons, their star safety. Simmons, they cut his ass.
That's right.
Cut him, yeah.
That's
By the way,
right.
he's still out. He's still available. He hasn't chosen anywhere to
So
go.
it's like, and then I get, they're having to take that cap hit, but I think they're tanking this season.
oh, it's gonna be a bad season.
Sorry there,
Sean
TK.
Payton has a lot of work to do. He came into a shit show.
Sorry, TK.
Yeah,
It's
but he
gonna be
doesn't do
tough.
himself any favors
No.
with his attitude and the way he is and the way he was talking about Russell Wilson.
Yeah.
He kind of set himself up. Like if he doesn't do well like I wouldn't say this season, but the season next after that, if he doesn't do well, then I mean he has no one to blame but himself.
Oh yeah, 100%. He's. I mean, at this moment right now, he has no one to blame but
I mean,
himself.
they're not. They're gonna
He's
be
had-
last in their
he's had-
division.
yeah.
They're not gonna.
He's had more than
They'll be
enough
below
opportunities.
500. They're not gonna do good.
He's had more than enough opportunities. I'm more upset that he might have a chance at ruining Mike Tomlin's no-loss season.
The best thing they've done so far is retain Lutz, their kicker.
Say it again.
The best thing they have done so far is retain Lutz, their kicker.
That's
was
the one
it.
that came from New Orleans, right?
Yeah, that's it.
And-
Oh, Will Lutz.
He was planning to go with the Jaguars.
yeah. He actually changed. He went back. Yeah, changed his mind.
Oh, he whoop-de-wopped him.
Yeah, there's a lot.
Damn.
I've seen, what, like
that
two or
happened
three
a couple
players
times so
already.
far this
Damn.
2 weeks. Yeah,
Nah, I'm gonna come back, boss. Yeah, I'm gonna come on
happened with
back.
the Cowboys and Kendricks. He was gonna sign with the
Yeah.
Niners, and he because of Mike Zimmer, his relationship with Mike Zimmer, he chose to back out and sign with the Cowboys.
Fuck the Cowboys. Keep talking about the AFC West.
Kansas City Chiefs, which
Hey.
someone needs to investigate that organization and how they keep signing these players. Because I don't understand it, man.
Somebody
Marquise Brown.
Yeah, I got old Hollywood.
They actually got a decent receiver now.
Well,
They
Rice
got
is
somebody
good.
else too, didn't they?
I mean,
No, they let Scanling. They cut Scanling.
Ain't nobody worried about them Valdez Scanling.
but do you think Marquise Brown's going to come in and be what, the number one?
No.
No?
I think Rice would be the
Rasheed
number
Rice will
one.
be the number
Yeah.
one now.
I think he's got it. I think he's good enough
Unlock.
to be the guy. Yeah.
Yeah, I think Rasheed Rice.
He had a really good rookie campaign.
he
for
has
him.
shown that he is the guy when it comes to catching the ball.
But they did bring in Irving Smith, which is a decent little piece to plug in every now and then when home dude has
Oh
you know.
yeah.
Kelsey.
traveling too much with the Taylor Swift.
Hey man, it's a tough life, man.
Chris Jones fucking got paid.
Hell yeah, he did. They
$158 million.
Hey,
Super-
101
ass.
fully guaranteed.
I mean, actually, he won the Super Bowl.
paid.
Not that he's
Won the Super
well
Bowl.
now that Jones is gone and Aaron Donald.
Aaron Jones?
Yeah, sorry, my brain's so much.
Aaron-
Aaron Donald retired. Chris Jones is now the best defensive tackle in the NFL.
I agree.
He was second. He was number 2 to Donald.
Yeah.
But Donald just retired, so which big news. So
Yeah.
Yeah. Crazy. I did not expect Aaron Donald to retire.
greatest defensive tackle of all time,
Yeah.
and only played 10 years. By the way,
That's crazy.
was a 9-time All Pro. 9-time
He's
All-Pro.
gonna be
3-time defensive player of
I
the
thought it was
year.
10-time because it was said that him.
He was a
and-
10-time Pro Bowler,
10-time.
9-time All-Pro. His rookie year is the only year he didn't get All-Pro, but he did win Defensive Rookie Player of the Year. So
Because I saw something
All-Pro.
saying that him and Barry Sanders they're
are
doing
the
a
only
comparison,
two
yeah.
players to have for each year that they were in all 10 years. They were a Pro Bowler all 10 years, and I think all but 1 year they were All-Pro.
Wow.
Because
They
Barry
both
Sanders is
played
also a 9-time All-Pro
Yep.
as well,
Oh, and they both
and a
played for 10
10-time
seasons.
Pro
Okay.
Bowler. Yeah,
Okay.
they're the only two players in the history of the NFL.
And he actually got a Super Bowl.
yeah,
Yep.
yeah. Sorry, Barry.
Sorry, Barry.
Still one of the
Sucks.
greats.
Yeah, I'd still agree with that.
And he
Still
won
one of the
Defensive
greats.
Player of the Year 3 times in a row.
That's
So-
freaking insane.
3 times. 3
He was
times.
a three-peat.
That boy Aaron Donald was
And 1 year
cold.
had over 20 sacks.
Yeah.
So as a defensive tackle, and I think another really badass stat of his is that 63% of all plays in his career that he was on the field, he was double teamed. 63%. He was double teamed.
Yeah.
Had to.
Of all plays that he played in his career.
I'd have chop blocked his ass every down.
And he had 20 sacks as a defensive tackle
That's insane.
in a season.
That is
That's
insane.
insane.
He has 100 and like it was like 113 or 123 or something like that on a career. It's a lot for a defensive tackle.
Wow.
I'm gonna go to the next guy.
All right,
Go
sorry.
ahead,
yeah,
go
I
ahead, go ahead.
figured it off there.
Fuck this next white boy,
Oh.
Drew Tranquil.
Ooh.
Hey man,
Fuck him. I
I
can't-
thought that was a great signing for the Chiefs because Gay, their linebacker Gay, their starter that he's replacing, went to the.
Whoa.
His name's Gay.
Oh man. Okay.
I can't stand this dude.
I thought that
He,
was a good
he
signing
trash
for him.
talks like L.A. every chance he gets.
Yeah, he does.
And he's like texting, like putting all these tweets and stuff. Come to Kansas City. Think red. Get the fuck out of here. Corny ass man. I can't stand that dude.
He wanted to go for a 3-peat.
Well, they gave him a contract, $13 million guaranteed.
But they're also in talks with Indianapolis right now with trading Snead to us.
They franchise tagged him. Why would they? Trade him?
Non-exclusive though. So
19.8 mil worth. Hey, they re-signed their punter.
That's what they.
no.
Raise
That
that,
was,
right? That was
What
the
they
dude.
did is
Yeah.
gave this dude
A
a
chance.
chance
Yep.
that he should have been given.
That
The Bills
Buffalo
fucked his. The
up.
Bills did him wrong.
Yeah, fuck Buffalo.
That was
for
that dude that got accused of date rape, and it turned out he wasn't even in the same fucking state as that woman when she said
accused
all that.
him,
Yeah.
and she got probation.
I mean,
Yeah,
it's a
community
deal
service.
on league minimum, but he's getting an opportunity at least.
Yeah.
Kansas City's giving him an opportunity.
As he should.
Yeah.
As he
So-
should.
Get on to the next team, the Raiders.
Oh,
Hey, Minshew, I like
Mania.
it.
Uncle Rico.
Also, another thing that they did was bring in that coach back as the full-time head coach,
Yeah.
which was
Well,
finally
Yeah.
he did the right thing
Somebody, yeah.
for he got the right head coach for the you know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
he's these past few years they've done nothing but miss on GMs and on head coaches. And he finally Pierce was not a big name, was not a
Nope.
nothing because he kept going. If you notice, he had a trend of signing just big name coaches, and it never worked out.
Nope.
Pierce won the locker room. When you had the leader of your team, Crosby, having a meeting with the owner saying, "If you don't bring him back, I'm gone," and also,
That's not what you need.
yeah.
Not
you
at
know
all.
what I mean? You have some of your veteran leaders coming in and being like, "Hey, if you don't bring him back, we're gone. We're
Yeah.
leaving."
They
So-
did pick up our old GM, Tom Telesco.
Wait, I thought was decent move. It's not a bad move.
Dude,
We'll see what he does.
the contracts that he made for us while he was the GM were fucking terrible.
He was just Chip Kelly
Dude.
you so he can go and do something.
4
better.
out of the top 5 non-QB cap hits in the entire league were on the Chargers.
They did also bring in Christian Wilkins, defensive tackle from the Miami, that's a huge plus. Putting him right up there with Crosby,
Yeah.
it's gonna be nasty.
Yeah. That wouldn't be bad.
I mean, they didn't get, in my opinion, they got a little bit better, but they didn't really lose.
Yeah,
anybody
not really.
Besides Josh Jacobs, but then
Yeah.
they pick up Amir Abdullah, which is not as good as
No,
Josh
but they have
Jacobs,
White. I think White's gonna be their guy. Going
Oh yeah,
forward. They
Zamir
had
White. Zamir White was cold.
Pierce really
why-
liked using him at the end there when he took over, and
Yeah.
I think he has a lot of faith.
That's why I drafted that nigga. I thought he was going to end up. I thought he was going to end up taking his job.
Well, this
it
year-
just took him too long for them
This
to
year
give him
will
a
be
chance.
he has now
Gonna
got
be
the
the
full
number
time
one.
starter.
He is gonna be the guy.
job in the backfield. So
He was cold. I like Zamir.
I think he'll be all right. I think they'll be fine
Hell
with
yeah.
Wyatt. So
On to the Chargers.
Let's go, Char. Bolt up, baby.
hey, hold on.
Bolt up. Woo!
It's been a rough off
Fact
season.
that y'all only took a 4th round pick.
Okay,
It isn't horrible value.
we
I'll
had
say
to.
that.
There
you
no
had-
one
I
else
know
was
you did.
picking. No one else was taking his
He
contract.
also refused to take a pay cut.
Yeah, did you hear? That pissed me off, man.
Yeah, they brought him. He was like, they're like, hey, they asked him to take a pay cut, and he said no. But Bosa and Khalil Mack both took pay
Dude,
cuts.
Khalil Mack took a pay cut after what? Didn't he end up leading the league in sacks?
Sacks,
Yeah, he did.
And he took a pay cut because he wanted to play.
Took
for
a
the
$10
team.
million
Yeah.
pay cut.
And you
And
can't
then
fucking
Bosa
take
took
a
like
pay
a
cut.
$15 million pay cut.
When
Nah, player, run them
the
pockets.
motherfucker, he had his best season
Give
of
my
his,
money.
of his career,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
But he's never fucking healthy for a full season.
Yeah. And
By the
what's-
time playoffs come around,
He's hurt.
What's
Nah, he's
funny
not-
is he was only top 10, I think, in one of those stats for his best season
Yeah.
of his career. So it still wasn't even that great of a season. It's not like he had
Well, that's what I say, like,
an
y'all-
all-star caliber
I think
season.
you
He
could
did
have gotten
play
a second round
good.
pick off of it, but a 4th round pick, when you do look at it,
Yeah.
it's
His
really
contract-
not bad value.
He's 32. His contract, it's only basically like
It's a 1 year. He only has 1 year left on it.
rental.
Yeah.
It's like it would have been hard to find anybody to
Hey,
pick
but
up
I'll
that
say-
contract.
DJ Moore and him, if he can stay healthy.
And they picked up our tight end, Gerald Everett.
And they have Gerald Everett, Cole Kmet. They signed DeAndre Swift, brought in Keenan Allen.
Who y'all talking about?
Booted.
The
Fucking
Bears.
Fields.
Oh, my
Sorry, I
God.
know we segued. Get off time. We'll go back. I'm sorry. But y'all got Gus Edwards was a decent signing, I
Gus
thought.
Bus.
It was,
Gus
but
Bus.
we still need another running back.
Yeah, but
He's not
Eckler,
he's not gonna be the
Eckler
number
did
one.
nothing to help himself last
No,
season.
Eckler.
Y'all still have Kelly?
Yeah,
Yeah.
no.
Yeah, drop that
No,
nigga
no, no,
too.
no.
No, he was on a
He's a
1 year
free
deal.
agent.
He's a
He's
free agent. Yeah.
Good, good. Drop that nigga too. 'cause you
Yeah,
don't
he's
need him
trash.
either.
I bet y'all pick somebody up. in
Y'all
the
gonna have to
draft.
draft somebody.
Yeah.
We're gonna have to. That's why I was saying.
Well,
You're
there's
gonna
no
draft your change of
there's
pace
no
guy.
running backs worth signing in free agency left.
No.
So
That's what I was saying. Where you were saying that Michigan running back. I'm like, if he's
Cool.
there, second round for us.
with Harbaugh, that with
Harbaugh's
Harbaugh,
taking
yeah, that is
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
ooh.
Harbaugh right now is building a roster to run the ball. We signed 2 tight ends.
Yeah,
Yeah.
y'all did sign Hayden Hurst.
And Disley from the Seahawks.
And
which
Disley.
Disley apparently was the number 3 ranked tight end in the league last.
In blocking
Yeah.
and run blocking, yeah.
He's a run blocker.
And y'all got him on a good deal, 3 years, 14 million, 10 million, fully guaranteed. That's decent contract.
We got some
And Will
blockers.
Disley can catch the ball.
Yeah,
He can catch.
Y'all also signed Puna Ford. That was a decent.
it was all right. He's just a big body to block up that interior line.
Yeah, but keeping him in there between Mac and Bosa, that's
Yeah.
it's decent.
And Thule.
It's solid. Yeah,
Thank God Bosa took a fucking pay cut.
took a $15 million pay
Dude.
cut.
he
terrible.
had to.
Hell yeah.
It was
he
that or
was
they're gonna have to
playing
cut him.
Too
I'm gonna cut
bad to warrant paying
Well,
him
you
that
know,
much
because
money.
before free agency started, they had said, Keenan Allen's up, Mike Williams is up, fucking,
Khalil Mack.
all of our big time guys are up because they
Yeah.
were so under the cap, they were so cap strapped that they had to.
over
were-
the cap.
Yeah, we were
cap
24,
strap.
22 million
Cap strap.
over the cap the day that we needed to be under.
Hey, well, at least you weren't as bad as the New Orleans Saints.
Yeah, they are pretty bad.
They were bad. Didn't they shed like 90 million and we're still over the cap?
Yeah,
It's ridiculous.
they were 90 over originally.
I feel the
after
one
shedding
person,
90.
the one person I do feel bad for is Mike Williams, because when he's healthy, dude,
He's good
dude,
as
the
fuck.
jump balls are like 80%, 80-20. He's gonna go up there. He's
Oh
gonna
yeah,
jump
he's
ball.
and he's a monster red zone threat when he's healthy.
He
A
just
monster red
gets
zone
hurt
threat.
So,
But he did
much.
sign with the Panthers, and if he can stay healthy, that's a good weapon.
Did he
for,
sign? I thought he was just
No.
visiting.
Oh no. Yeah, he's visiting. My bad.
Who?
They signed?
Will.
They signed. He just got cut from. They just signed a big receiver. Panthers did, or a decent receiver.
Oh, I don't know.
I'll have to pull it up. I'll have to look.
But I know he can't pass.
Mike Williams is visiting there.
No, Mike Williams can't pass a physical. Right
We'll
now.
get there. We'll get there.
Yeah.
Well, let's go on to the AFC East. Scroll back to the top.
AFC, we're not going to do NFC? We're going to do Cowboys?
Nigga, we hadn't even finished the AFC.
I thought we were just doing the divisions from our teams. Oh, that's what you said.
Yeah, y'all wore yes. And then now we're gonna do the rest of the AFC.
No. We're gonna get into the Cowboys.
Yeah.
There's a lot to
Let's
dissect there.
brush over major signings for each one. How about that?
Yeah. Let's do that.
Yeah, that's fine.
All right.
So we got the Bills. Good
Terrible.
old Trubisky.
I cannot believe that. There got to be
for a
somebody else
backup
better
for
out there. Got to be somebody else better out there.
Yeah, but it was
The only 2.7 mil guaranteed.
yeah, 5. It's a maximum
should
value
be
of $8 million on a $5 million
He
deal with
should
$2
be
million
paying me to go out there and play. That's how bad he is.
I will say this:
He should be paying me.
keeping Deion Dawkins, their starting tackle, was great. They also Curtis Samuel might be one of the
Best signings they did.
best fitting sign. Like that, he's gonna fit that offense very. What he could do with the Commanders in that Bills offense, it's gonna be nasty.
Just too many mouths to feed with Washington, so he never got.
And I thought it was. They also brought in Matt
enough
Collins. It's going to be a nice number 4 option.
At least somebody they know that can catch the ball.
I mean, he stays healthy. They
Yeah.
let Gabe Davis walk, which I think was the right move. Because
He would have cost too much
Jaguars
money for him.
overpaid for him anyway. I thought.
Yeah.
So yeah, they lost Leonard Floyd, Shaq Lawson, Tre'Davious White, Micah Hyde, Jordan Poyer.
Poyer signed with Miami.
did
He
lose
went to Miami. He went across the
Division
division.
rival.
Yeah.
That's what happens, man.
Look,
Most people do that.
That corner that they cut, what's his name? Their starting corner. Their star corner.
Jackson?
No, the Bills. Is it White?
Yeah, White. Tre'Davious White. Yeah.
He's still out there. By the way,
He hasn't signed anybody.
Mm-mm. But I think he was coming off an injury too.
Yeah.
They also kept Taylor Rapp on a 3-year deal, which he's been a solid safety since he's been in.
Yeah, they needed to re-sign a lot of their guys from defense because they let a lot of guys walk.
They lost to Tavius Murray.
Yeah.
which
Thank God.
Yeah, he hadn't been relevant.
All fuck Latavius Murray because
Yeah, that
all
guy
he did
was
was
beat up.
steal fucking touchdown, goal line touchdowns from
From Josh Allen.
from fucking
Cook.
Cook, yeah.
Oh yeah.
Bro,
yeah,
Cook
yeah,
ball.
yeah,
Hey,
yeah.
so with Cook, he was a top 6 running back in the league this year, and if they wouldn't have taken him out in goal line packages with all the touchdowns that Allen took and Latavius Murray robbed from Cook that got him down the fucking field, he would have been a top 4 running back in the league.
I hate that Josh Allen does that too.
Eats
Josh
them
Allen
hoes,
steals
bro.
So many damn touchdowns from running backs. I can never find myself.
Because Cook's a
draft
solid running
fucking
back. That's a solid
running back
dude,
from
and
there.
he got
Not as many as
robbed.
Jalen Hurts.
Yeah, Jalen Hurts is that guy too.
Mhm.
I would only draft them as quarterbacks, and that's just because of their rushing potential.
So do you think? So what are they going to do now that they got? Well, we can get into that when we go over the Cowboys.
All right, you want to go to the Dolphins?
Yeah, we'll go to the Dolphins.
I'd say Jordan Brooks is their best signing.
Not Jonnu Smith.
No, Jordan Brooks, the middle linebacker that came from Seattle,
Dude, they've lost a lot.
What?
They-
Not Neville Gallimore.
or Kendall Fuller. They had some decent little.
Shaq
Kendall Fuller's a
Shaq
good
Barrett.
signing.
You don't think Shaq Barrett was a good one either?
He's all right. He had one monster year, and he's kind of he's a solid. I mean, he's a solid playing guy.
Jordan Poyer.
Jordan Poyer's a good signing. Kendall Fuller, I forgot they signed, which is also a really good signing. So
Miami made some moves.
they also
They
They
lost
gotta
some players,
They
though.
got to stay relevant though.
They also lost
that-
people.
that's the reason why they had to make the moves.
They lost 5 wide receivers.
yeah.
Granted,
I don't think that really matters.
None of them, I think, were starting. Chase
No.
Claypool was the biggest
But
name.
they did keep Braxton Berrios. They brought him back on a 2-year
Yeah.
deal.
Good old Connor Williams. They lost him. Connor Williams. Melvin Ingram's gone. Christian Wilkins.
That
They
was
were
their
Raiders.
biggest loss. Their biggest loss was Wilkins.
Eli
That's a
Apple,
huge loss.
Xavier and Howard, they're both gone.
Xavier Howard's a big
Yeah.
loss, but they cut him,
Yeah, they cut
I
him.
can't
and he's also still available too.
Yeah,
take
so they gained some, but they did
Yeah.
lose. A
They
lot.
did lose a lot.
They lost a lot of depth in my
They
opinion.
lost, yeah.
Yeah, but they're gonna have to be top.
But
heavy
again,
because they're
like-
gonna have to run with.
Yes, they
City. They're
cut
gonna have to
Xavier
do
Howard,
consensus
but
maybe.
Kendall Fuller's a really good corner.
Oh,
he's
he is.
not Xavier Howard, but he's
Yeah.
fucking solid. Poyer, again, a solid fucking safety, an all-pro safety. Kendall Fuller's an all-pro corner. So, like,
That's why you don't need that superstar there.
no, and Jordan
corner,
Brooks is a Pro Bowl linebacker. So, I mean, they're
gonna look okay.
yeah.
For sure.
Patriots,
Ooh, man.
Jesus. They went from the highest to the highs
To the
with
lowest
Tom
of the
Brady.
lows.
Jesus, man.
They lost Belichick. That's their biggest loss right there.
Belichick, Mac Jones is
I
gone.
will say, though, they also did a good job. They promoted from within. Jared Mayo, who had almost his whole
Gerard
career,
Mayo, yeah,
or
that
Gerard
dude
Mayo.
was-
I said
that dude was-
Gerard Mayo.
That was the best. That was one of the
He
best.
had, won
signings.
Super Bowls with them, was a great linebacker for them. The locker room loves him. It's another same thing as the Raiders. So,
Yeah, but he's coming into a shit show.
yes, he is. And Kraft is going to have to be patient.
But I will say, getting something for Mac Jones is probably their best deal.
Yes, they
Getting something for him. It didn't matter
crazy.
what you
Crazy.
get. You
Yeah.
had to get something for him.
Crazy, you were able to get.
They
him,
retain the best thing he did was retain Duggar, the safety, Kyle Duggar.
Yeah.
That was the best thing he did.
Dude, but they lost Mac Jones. They lost Zeke, Mike Gesicki.
Yeah, but they did get Antonio Gibson.
But they didn't really use Gesicki's another one I don't think has gotten a really fair shake
No.
either.
because
Because
he played at Miami, and Miami didn't really use tight ends
and then
like
and
that.
then they didn't use him. They used Hunter Henry,
And then,
the-
Hunter
Yeah.
Henry was the
which they
ideal
re-signed
tight
to a
end.
3-year deal.
Yeah, Hunter Henry. I was
Never
mad
gonna
when we
do
let
that.
him go, man. I liked Hunter
Yeah,
Henry.
Hunter
And he's been decent for them when he's healthy.
I don't know why we let him go.
I don't know why either.
Injury.
I don't know why either.
Yeah, but
He
still,
has a bad injury history.
he was he was good.
He was
When
a
he was
top
out
3
there in
red
the
zone.
field,
He's a
yeah.
huge red zone threat.
Yeah.
Yeah,
They got
dude's
the goat
solid.
of stealing money, J.C. Jackson.
Whoa.
This season, we still have to pay him.
That's crazy.
Another Tom Telesco signing.
That is true.
He apologized for that one, but still,
I did like that they.
he really apologized.
Telesco
Yeah,
apologized
he
for that
apologized.
one.
Yeah, he did. He put out an actual apology on
Yeah. How bad of a GM do you have to be to apologize
Yeah.
for a player signing?
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
You want to talk? Yeah, that's what we deal with. Yeah.
Wow.
Yep.
And then he went back to the Patriots.
At least y'all got an apology, Jerry.
What I did
does it
like,
just to do
what I
it.
did like is he brought Jacoby Brissett back.
Yeah.
I like that on a
Yeah.
1-year deal. He brought Antonio Gibson in on a 3-year, $11 million deal.
So who's the backup? Is it Mac or is it Brissett?
Mac's gone.
Oh no, I'm tripping.
Mac gone.
Yeah.
Jacoby Brissett's the only quarterback that they have on their roster,
they were
and
getting
they're
Jimmy Garoppolo.
the 3rd overall pick.
Aren't they
Jimmy Garoppolo signed with the Rams as
That
Stafford's
is right,
backup.
but he's still suspended the first 2 games.
Yeah.
Yeah, because Carson Wentz is a free agent now. So
How the fuck he get 2 games?
I don't understand. I don't know how he only got 2 games when he literally
When the
tested.
PEDs?
Yeah.
But okay, here's the thing. Here's the thing with that. When and this is what I hate about sports media. They only say PEDs or PEDs or whatever. They don't specifically say what it was because there's a lot of prescribed medicine.
It doesn't matter what it was. If you failed that test, everybody should be
'cause
treated the
what
same.
I'm getting at, stop, hold on, let me finish. What I'm getting at is like you'll get players that for pain medicine and stuff for injuries that they obtained from playing football. There are prescribed medicines that will pop up on PEDS tests. That's not them taking steroids or taking anything to enhance
That
their
sucks.
performance. Now, I'm not saying he didn't or did, but I am saying it doesn't ever specify. So it just paints the picture as, oh, they're out there taking steroids and they're doing this.
Sucks to suck.
No,
You
that's,
failed the
I mean,
test,
that's
you
the
failed
one
the
thing.
test.
That's the what's the
Sucks
same
to
with the
suck.
marijuana. It's
Yeah.
just, it's
So
ads.
treat it. It's stupid. Treat it the same.
But they
Treat it the same.
They have people that are paid by the NFL that you can send them something or like
Yeah.
a picture of something, and they'll tell you whether or not it's on the PED.
Yeah, dude, there
list.
are players out there that will hire people to like all that whole job is to check this because there's a list and but it's the problem is it's so thick. They said it's hundreds of pages.
I've pulled it up before. I
It's-
think they have like a whole app for it where you can pull up
Yeah,
all
it's-
the stuff, and
it's an insane
ridiculous.
amount for anybody to know.
Like there's certain things in pre-workouts that you could buy, anyone could buy that are on that list.
So honestly, depending on what it was that he was taking, 2 games probably is fine. He's not gonna.
He's
be
a
playing-
backup.
He's a backup anyway. He's not even gonna be fucking playing. He's not starting over Stafford. Get the fuck out of here.
No, he ain't.
But
You might. You never know.
yeah.
No.
But Gibson was a good signing. Running back out of the Commanders. I liked it.
That's about it, though.
Yeah, but they have the 3rd overall pick, and they're probably going to get
Drake
May or Jaden Daniels. I don't know.
You think someone will throw a wrench and everything and like pick up?
I
McCarthy?
firmly
Chicago.
believe the Washington Commanders, and I told him this earlier. I believe the Washington Commanders are going to trade with the Bears. I still think they're going to trade with the Bears, regardless that the Bears ship Fields off for number one because
Wait, the Bears did ship
Williams
Fields off?
has been very, very vocal about saying I don't want to fucking play for Chicago.
He doesn't, or
No, he doesn't.
Yeah.
First of all, he's from DC, which Commanders is his hometown team. Kingsbury, who is their now new offensive coordinator, was his offensive coordinator for the past 2 seasons at USC.
USC.
So it's it's making a lot of sense. They made a lot of moves to be able to bring in Williams for the number one pick.
You know how much they're gonna have to give up for that?
It's going to be a historical haul. That's what Chicago said. It's going to take a historical haul, but I think they're willing to do it.
I don't think it has to be. I don't think it has to be a historical hole now, because you.
I don't know. Yeah, because
they've gotten rid of Justin Fields now. They don't need a historic hole now.
Well, no. I think it still is going to demand it.
I doubt
Fields. Okay, you got to understand what Fields didn't have any value. A conditional 6th round pick, you had no value.
Who won the Heisman this year?
Jaden Daniels.
Yeah, that's right. Okay.
I know you think
think
he's going to go number one, but I firmly believe the Commanders
All right.
taking.
It,
I think it's gonna be a historical.
I
I think
don't-
they give up
I
4 to
don't-
5 first-round future picks.
I think the Bears now have, because nobody was willing.
Bears
to
has
give
all
them
the leverage.
anything.
That's why I think it's gonna be a historical haul. They have all the leverage.
here's my thing. I don't think Caleb Williams is gonna be worth that many picks.
That's what I'm saying.
Now,
That's what I'm saying. I don't think
so either, but I don't think that's going to matter. We see
'Cause
it
they're number
every-
2.
We see it every single year in the draft. There's one team that over fucking values, and they're going to do it. Especially with a player like Williams and the hype that he brings as one of as possibly the greatest quarterback prospect we've ever seen. That's the title he is getting.
Jamarcus Russell was that when he got drafted.
Yeah, I'm telling you right now, because
And look at him.
Here's the thing: Chicago holds all the power. They're going to be able to deny everything. They hold all of it. They have. I mean, nobody. It's going to be a king's ransom and a historical one, and I think it's going to happen.
I think Chicago.
I believe it's going to happen.
If they do trade out of it, I think Chicago is going to win that deal either way because they're going to get a quarterback this draft because this draft class is freaking stacked.
they're not moving out of the
Stacked.
top 5. They're not moving out of the top 5.
It's projected 6 quarterbacks are going to go in the top 7. So
And any one of those, I think, is going to do well.
We'll be all right. Be better than
I think
A couple of them might need a year.
I
to
honestly
develop.
think Drake May is the best fit for Chicago over Williams. I think Williams going to the Commanders makes a lot of sense, and Daniels to the Patriots would.
Yeah.
It fits. Because you got to think there ain't no more Belichick way anymore over there. It's gonna be we're about to see a whole completely new. It's gonna be different. Patriots are gonna look different. They're gonna be different. It's gonna be a lot different. for
I'm
them.
different. Yeah.
Moving on to the Jets.
Oh, shit, my phone shut off. Yeah. Go ahead.
I mean,
Jets. Yes. They did get Tyron Smith. I did see that.
That was
Yeah.
I liked it. That was
probably a
good.
Really good.
That was
signing
good.
for him because that was something they really needed, and they're gonna need to keep Aaron Rodgers upright as much as possible.
They brought in Tyrod Taylor as Rodgers' backup. I thought that was good.
Hell yeah,
That's
Tyrod.
good.
Tyrod
That's
was
good.
cold for New York.
He's always
Yeah.
been undervalued his whole
Yeah.
career as well. I think.
He has
So.
gotten his fair shake though.
Yes, he has. But they traded for Morgan Moses, the starting right tackle from Baltimore, who's been solid. And so they brought in Smith and they brought in Moses as the new tackles protecting Rodgers, which was great.
They had
because
to.
their offensive line was so
It was
bad.
it was
So
terrible.
bad. So
And
bad.
they got John Simpson.
They signed Greg Zerloin, which I
Yeah,
thought that was a
Zerloin
solid because he was with the Cowboys, wasn't he? No, the Cowboys had that rookie kicker that
Brandon
almost kicked a perfect season. Oh, missed one. Anyway, sorry, I got off.
They lost Bryce Hall and Jordan Whitehead. on the
Bryce
defense.
Hall?
Yeah,
Brees Hall?
Bryce Hall.
Who the fuck is? Oh, Huff,
Cornerback.
Bryce Huff.
No, cornerback Bryce Hall.
They also lost Bryce Huff, their starting
Yep.
defensive end. He went to
And
the fucking Eagles. We'll get
Mekhi
on that in a
Becton, they
minute.
lost him too.
Who?
Makai Becton, offensive lineman.
Becton?
Offensive lineman.
Yeah, but if he started last year and he's gone,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah, they got rid of
They had the worst offensive line in the league, so
They got rid of 3 offensive tackles and a center. So I mean, yeah, they knew Connor McGovern. Connor
Yeah.
McGovern.
they
was one
also
that
they
got,
also
yeah,
started the most mixed like the
combinations.
most combinations of
Yeah,
offensive linemen.
I can believe it.
Yeah.
That's what the Cowboys did last year.
So like I said, bringing in Tyrone Smith, bringing in Morgan Moses, fucking solid. Those are good, solid moves. What's his name? The head coach made good moves to make a difference. So.
AFC North. Good old Ravens.
Yeah.
Fucking
Derrick
shit.
Henry, man.
Dude.
Yeah, that's crazy. I was so surprised. I was so surprised that they got Derrick Henry. I did not see that going that way.
Bro.
And I always heard there were rumors about it, but I thought we would have done something before that happened.
And they kept their star defensive tackle. He got a $98 million deal.
They did lose a lot of people, though.
Yes. Yeah.
Oh,
Dalvin Cook.
Matabuke?
J.K. Dobbins, Gus Edwards. They lost 4 running backs.
Yeah, but J.K. Dobbins.
I don't think you have to worry
J.K.
about
Dobbins
any of
hasn't
that.
actually played more than one game in 3
OBJ.
seasons.
Duvernay.
I think they could potentially.
Duvernay was
OBJ.
just a return guy for them.
Patrick
OBJ
Queen,
wasn't
Ronald
really
Darby.
that good for
Patrick
them.
Queen hurt.
Rock
Patrick Queen
Sin.
Rock Yalcin was a loss. Patrick Queen was huge, and he ended up going where?
The Steelers.
That's
Yeah.
right.
Fuck, in the division. There was a lot of players stayed in their division and went to division rivals. A lot.
It's normally how it goes. If you're not willing to pay me, somebody else is, and hopefully this team is. Now
But
I
the
get
big
to play
story
in 2
there-
years.
Derrick
Henry.
Henry. Derrick the King Henry.
Derrick
Yeah,
Henry
100%.
and
Fucking Lamar Jackson.
And Nelson
running-
Aguilar.
RPOs.
First of all, with a running back by committee, they had the best rushing offense in the league, the best rushing quarterback, and the best run game. Now they have arguably one of the best running backs that we've seen in our time.
Dude, those QB options are going to be so dirty.
Bro,
gonna be
I think
disgusting.
Henry is a signing that can help them get over the hump.
Oh yeah, 100%.
This is a signing that can help them
100%.
get to the Super Bowl.
Because now it will free up so many passing opportunities for
Oh,
him.
he's gonna have a better pass. Yeah, that's another thing. He's gonna have his passing game's gonna get a lot better.
And Zay Flowers was already showing that he can get open no matter.
And they
what.
also, I can see them drafting a wide receiver this year.
It wouldn't
yeah.
hurt. It wouldn't
Again,
hurt.
they hit really well last year in the draft with Flowers, and this year's even more stacked with wide receiver talent. You might as well go ahead and get you another guy.
And now you having also likely show up with Andrews going down. So now you know you don't need Andrews to be able to sustain a passing game.
But the good thing is when he comes back though, it's Mark Andrews.
Oh yeah.
But you have Likely who's
Yeah.
balling out.
And you can probably
Absolutely balling
you
out
can
for him.
probably
So
put a two tight end package through that and run or pass out of
I
that.
believe
now.
Likely
That's
had over
crazy,
100 yards
man.
each game he started when Andrews went down.
There's so much that opens up for your offense when you get a running back like that, man. It's crazy.
Yep.
And there's one team everybody thought he was going to go to that
Fuck the
didn't even fucking
Cowboys.
call him.
We'll get there.
Fuck the Cowboys. All right, let's go on to Cincinnati.
I liked their moves too.
Except
the only
for
one I
losing
don't
Joe
like
Mixon.
is the.
Well, hold
T.
on.
Higgins.
I like the Zach Moss signing there.
I mean,
he can catch out
Zach
of the
Moss. Zach
backfield,
Moss
and
was
we
a
know
good
he
signing.
can run down in between the tackles. So
I just thought
he's not Joe Mixon. No.
Once again, I guess that's
But-
just that thinking that you normally get through. It's like the Aaron Jones with Green Bay. I thought because he was a long tenured guy there,
Yeah.
you liked him. He knew everything about your system. He was the kind of guy you liked. You'd stick with him, but no.
I thought they brought back Von Bell, who had an All-Pro year with them when
Yeah.
he played last time, and he was with the Panthers last year.
I actually think the Gesicki sign was actually really good for them.
Yeah.
I think their best signing was Geno Stone from Baltimore. That was a fucking steal.
Yeah,
That was a steal.
Is T. Higgins, is he still looking for a trade? Or what are
Yes,
they
he
doing?
demanded a
He doesn't
trade,
want the
and
franchise tag.
there is a lot of rumors that since we're on Cincinnati, there's a lot of rumors I've been seeing from prior players and people on Twitter and stuff in the NFL world that think they're working on a deal with Minnesota to send T. Higgins to Minnesota, and they're going to take Justin Jefferson and also throw a first-round pick in there for them.
Wow.
And I
That's a lot.
think
That'd be insane.
that would be fucking insane. So now Burrow has his boys back
Get
from
the LSU
LSU.
boys back together.
The
Yup.
boys are back
Chase
in
and
town.
Jefferson. And you saw what he did with them in LSU.
Yeah.
And they're both Justin Jefferson's the best receiver in football, and Jamar Chase is a top 10 receiver.
Yep.
Yeah, they need to fix their offensive line though.
They
gotta address that.
Despite their
They brought in
offensive line,
Cody
they still
Ford.
do good.
Cody Ford as a guard. That was a good signing. They'll probably address it. There's a lot of good offensive linemen in the draft.
Yeah.
What I liked was Gesicki going there until they also re-signed Drew Sample and re-signed Tanner Hudson. And I'm like,
Yeah.
fuck. Now it's
Right.
they're back to being committee tight end. Gesicki again
Yeah.
going to tight end by committee.
I did not, that was one thing I didn't like either.
Because I
like
saw
that
Gesicki signing with him. I'm like, oh yes, finally this dude's gonna get a shot.
Nope.
Like, because he's always, anytime he's gotten an opportunity in a game, he's looked great. And then they re-sign all their
I
tight
think
ends.
they should have just let Hudson and Sample go. I think if you were to keep any of them, I think I would have kept Irwin.
Well, with the contract they gave Drew Sample, he's going to be the starter. So that's what they're looking
has to
at.
be.
But Sheldon Rankins was a great bringing in defensive tackle. Akeem Davis was they've had a good offseason
Yeah.
so far.
Yeah, it's what they needed.
They didn't
And
lose
if
too
the
many.
rumors are true and they pull off this Justin Jefferson trade, oh my God, it's game changer for them.
I agree.
That's game. I mean, that again, they've already been able to get to the Super Bowl and to the AFC Championship multiple times. This will bring them a Super Bowl.
This will be a Super Bowl contender for
I
sure.
mean, I still think their defense is where they kind of fall short sometimes.
Yeah.
They have a decent defense, but that is their weakest.
Yeah.
Regime.
Them losing Awuzie, it's not that big of a hit, but it's something they got to address.
They will. I think it's something that can be addressed in the draft.
Yeah. But if they do get Jefferson, that'd be insane.
Yeah,
Their offense would be crazy. But
Yeah.
that defense, though, man, is going to hold them back.
Said shit, you don't need a defense. You can go out and score points at will when you got players like that.
That's true. Cleveland Browns.
Oh, Brownies.
Oh, 30 for 30 sound over there.
Right? He going to save them when Deshaun Watson goes out.
That's
They traded.
That's insane.
They also
I
traded
did
for
not
Jerry
know that
Jeudy
was
for a
gonna be a
fifth. They
thing.
they gave up a 5th round pick for Jeudy, which, all right.
in my opinion, I think they won that.
I mean, here's the thing. Judy's gonna be the third option there.
Yeah.
He's the
Gotta be.
third option.
Gotta be.
Actually, I lied. He's the 4th option because Cooper's the first and Njoku's the second. Elijah Moore's the 3rd, and he's the 4th best pass catcher on that team. So
They got a good receiver class.
I think he can.
I mean,
compete with
it's a
Elijah
good
Moore.
depth piece. He's not gonna. I think it's gonna be the same as when he was the Broncos. He's gonna
Yeah.
have games every now and then that are gonna be good, and that's it.
They're-
I don't think he's good.
They're losing Kareem Hunt.
Oh no.
Yeah,
They
but
signed him late in the season, anyways.
they did retain Zadarius Smith. They
That was
retained
good.
Shelby Harris. They signed Devin Bush from the
That was a good
Steelers.
one. That was a
That was a
good
good signing. They also signed Jordan Hicks, which was a decent signing. So they made some decent moves. I mean, their weakest position's quarterback. I'll stand on
Still.
that. I don't care with
that massive contract.
That's even with Deshaun Watson. So Deshaun Watson, I don't have a very high view on him.
Yeah.
Especially when you saw how he wouldn't even be on the sidelines during the games. When you had Joe Burrow who was on the sidelines and was working with that backup, after every offensive series, he was sitting there. He was
As
going
you
over stuff with him.
should.
Sean Watson was up in his own private booth, fucking drinking, and
having fun.
Didn't give a fuck. He don't care. He doesn't give a fuck.
not
He
at
don't
all.
care about winning games for
Not
you.
at all.
He got $250 million fully guaranteed. He don't give a fuck about nothing.
Nigga, I'm paid.
And he's not good.
He was up there booking that next massage.
I don't know what happened. Yeah, I mean, yeah. So I think
So it's
Cleveland.
still up for debate.
No,
on
the
which
Browns
one
are
was worse.
the Browns
was
are the Browns. As long as they maintain the same owner, they will always be the Browns. The shitty Browns.
What were you gonna say? The worst contract between him or who?
Yeah, Russell Wilson up for debate.
Russell Wilson.
Russell Wilson, 100%.
goes down
Think so?
as I think
100%.
it goes
Worse
down
than
that.
Deshaun Watson one.
Yeah, because
At least
Deshaun
we're-
Watson actually is still there.
Well, not only that,
He ain't played.
but you
At
At
gotta,
least
played
Russell
some
Wilson
games.
played.
okay, you gotta look at it this way.
But
Houston only got one first round pick for Deshaun Watson. One. Seattle.
What Denver gave up for Russell Wilson and
Was
the
insane.
contract he gave him.
And you look at the draft picks that Seattle used those picks for. They're all Pro Bowl players right now. Every pick. Every pick.
Hands down, Denver. Denver lost that.
Okay.
That was the worst.
Now that Russell Wilson is in with the Steelers after only 2 seasons on that blockbuster trade, it might go down as the worst trade in NFL
Which the
history.
Steelers are coming up next.
Yep.
Yeah, they're not. I don't like any of their.
Dude, they lost. I didn't realize these quarterbacks were still on their team. They lost Kenny Pickett, Rudolph, and Trubisky. I didn't realize they still had like that many backup QBs. Like,
And they were using those QBs every other game.
The only thing I don't like that they went and got Russell Wilson. Don't like it. I don't like that they.
dude, he took a team friendly deal.
He took veteran minimum
deal-
because
with a deal
the
like
Broncos
that-
got to pay him fucking $200 million.
With a deal
You're not
like that, I
expecting
wouldn't
anything
mind
out of
it.
him.
Yeah, I
Do
wouldn't
you
either.
know what he's getting paid this year by the Broncos?
It's like 28 million or 38 million.
$38 million.
Yeah.
They said all together with his incentives with the Steelers, he'll probably end up making $50 million this year.
Oh my!
And the
God.
Broncos is paying for
Because he has a
most
roster
of it.
bonus of like 10 mil or something
That
like that.
also the Broncos have to pay, not
Yeah.
the Steelers.
Yeah.
His incentives, the Broncos pay.
Oh my God!
The Steelers, they got a deal.
1.98 million is what they got him for.
So the only problem is that now.
Who's he going to throw to?
Yeah. Well, he still got Pickens.
Yeah, but
And Firemuth.
Yeah,
If Firemuth
I like
is healthy.
Firemeats is
it's
good.
good, but they gave up, what's his name? Deontay Johnson.
Warren, he's still out there.
Jalen Warren.
Their
running back?
He
Pat
can catch a
Freiermuth, they're
couple
gonna draft.
passes.
Look. The thing with the Steelers, they always draft well with their wide receivers.
Yeah.
Outside of Claiborne being,
Claypool.
my bad, Claiborne. I said Claiborne. Claypool.
But wasn't he a later draft pick?
He was a second-round pick,
I mean, then you can't. I mean, it is what it is. You got, for him being a second-round draft
and
pick,
he
you got what you
had
wanted out of him.
stretches where he looked good. You got some value a little bit out of him, but they normally draft well with receivers. I'm not really worried about the receivers. It's the fact that Russell Wilson's not that good.
Yeah, but it's a win-win for
But you
them.
don't got to worry about it.
But
now,
what I
'cause
like
you got
for
Justin Fields.
This is a good position for Fields because now
Yeah.
Tomlinson can draw up rushing packages for him and
both of
Jalen, or for him. And
I bet
whoever.
you he goes, and they make him look good.
I bet
can believe
you he.
I bet he
I
starts.
bet Fields starts at least one game this season because they bench Russell Wilson.
Ooh, I bet he starts more than that.
I bet after 5 games, Fields
Oh,
is a
you
starter.
think Russell Wilson's going to be the guy?
No, Russell Wilson is the guy.
They
right
already
now.
told him. He's already put out that Russell Wilson's going to start,
Yeah, they already
which
said
you
that.
got to. It's just
His
because of his
rapport, you
name.
have
and
to.
You got to start him.
They're going to start splitting snaps by the third game.
I agree.
It's gonna,
I
yeah.
agree.
By the third game, they're going to start splitting
They're going to
snaps.
see that Russell Wilson is washed, and
But
you got to give it to the young guy.
Ooh, this guy's not that good.
so, shall we jump on over to the NFC East since
Yep.
we're kind of
top of the
running up on
list.
an hour? Yeah. Jump into the
The
division.
Cowboys.
You want to do the Cowboys last, or you want to tear them apart now?
You might as well. You might as well.
Tear them apart now.
Let's do the
All right.
Cowboys last.
I want to. Let's start with the Eagles here, man. First of all, going and trading for Kenny Pickett as a backup, solid.
That's not bad. That
Man,
was
how are
good
you going to
value.
completely ignore the Saquon Barkley?
I'm not. They're the best
I thought we
thing-
were going to go to the Giants first, but
The
I
fact
got him.
that y'all didn't even call Saquon Barkley's agent.
I mean, they didn't call Derrick Henry's either.
They didn't call nobody. Nobody but.
What can you do?
You know what? Jerry probably didn't even call Kendricks. Mike Zimmer probably called Kendricks.
Yeah.
Probably.
I actually think that Devontae Parker was actually pretty decent for him.
It's a decent value. I mean, yeah.
They
Landon
lost.
Dickerson re-signing him was a fucking. That was their best.
They had to when Kelsey left.
Yeah. But look at this. They got Bryce Huff. Bryce Huff had 15 sacks last year.
Yeah, I can't.
They have
believe
Hassan Reddick, who had
Signed him
18,
for $51
17.
million.
Bro, they brought back. They got Devin White, which was a big signing. They got him on a 1-year, $7 million deal.
And they got C.J. Gardner.
C.J. Gardner Johnson was huge. They
lost a lot, though.
They gave Jake Elliott a 4-year deal. That's a solid. I mean,
The Eagles, they lost Rashad Penny,
that's
Not
not
that
that
big
big.
of a
He
deal.
didn't play.
Swift,
not that big of a deal.
Not
Julio
that big of a
Jones is
deal.
gone.
The one thing with the Eagles,
that big of a deal.
yeah, they
Jason
replaced
Kelsey retired, Fletcher
Okay.
Cox retired,
Fletcher
That
Cox
hurt.
and
Shaquille
Kelsey's
Leonard's
huge.
gone. Brad,
not that big of a deal.
They didn't use him.
Kevin Byard's gone.
That wasn't. They didn't. He didn't really play well there when they traded
Roby's
for him.
gone.
That's not that bad.
That one might be if you want to.
Well, Roby's gone, but you brought in C.J. Garner, so you
is true,
replaced
yeah,
him.
you
So
replaced it,
you
so.
gotta you look at what they lost, but look at who they brought in. They replaced what they lost,
Majority.
and they did the same thing they did fucking last offseason. They replaced what they lost. How they get away with being able to sign whoever the fuck they want, and how the Cowboys Jerry Jones lets them, I don't know.
was still on vacation.
Everyone in y'all's division got fucking better, but y'all.
It was spring break.
It pissed me off. One thing I can say for this next year is we are all in. Fuck you, Jerry Jones.
I still don't see.
I'm not even a diehard Cowboys fan, and I
Saquon
hate
Barkley
you.
thing, dude.
Yeah.
How did they pull that off?
What, you want to go to the Giants?
Well, not. He went to the Eagles.
Who?
Saquon Barkley.
Oh yeah. I don't know how they. I don't know how
That's
they
gonna
ended
be.
up doing
And the Eagles have the best offensive line in the league.
that. Not anymore, but yeah. They
Okay,
did.
I mean, yes, losing Kelsey's a huge monster. You're losing your
Yeah.
centerpiece of that line, but
You're
look,
losing the tip of your blade.
they still have Lane Johnson. They just signed their re-signed their all-pro
but you're
guard.
losing the tip of your blade.
I understand.
on that
Okay,
tush
I get it.
push.
What I'm saying is there's still a top 3 offensive line.
Yeah.
in the league.
I wouldn't say top 3, but there's.
I would say top. I disagree
at
with you.
At minimum, they won't drop below 10. At minimum, they won't drop below 10.
You have
Yeah.
very, very low standard or very high or low standards for them, don't you? 10?
For losing
it's
a
division
guy
rivalry.
like
I know he's a
bias.
Cowboys. I feel like it's a little biased.
I'm
'cause
saying, but losing a guy like it takes a big toll.
it's
on your
a
offensive-
monster loss.
When
That is
when he's the one calling it. It's not Jalen Hurts that's calling the oh hey
The audibles and
this
stuff.
the
It's
mic,
Cousin.
this-
I'm
it's
aware. I
Cousin.
know. I watch
So
his podcast and stuff.
losing that
It's
is
huge.
A
It's monumental.
Big
But what
factor.
I'm saying is
That
the
is a
rest of that
big
line,
loss.
they're all pros. You still retained all.
Yeah.
They're still gonna be
They're
good.
still I still think they're a top 3 in the league.
I'm not saying they're not going to be bad.
Okay,
I'm still
regardless.
saying they're going to be top 10. They're going to
Yeah.
be a top 10.
Saquon's
offensive
gonna
line.
have a monster
They're not
year
gonna
this
be
year.
a top 3 though. What's going to
Because-
save them is going to be Saquon. Saquon doesn't need that great of an offensive line to run behind. You see what he did with the 75%.
I know,
of
but
the
what I'm
snaps
saying-
at the Giants.
We agree to disagree because I think they're going to be a top 3. I think Saquon's going to rush for about 1,400. He's
And
going to
it's
have a
not
monster
be the
year.
offensive line doing that.
Yes, it is.
No, it's not.
Both their tackles and guards are all pros. I understand the size of a loss that Kelsey is. But when you retained your all-pro offensive linemen, all 4 of them,
We'll see.
I mean,
We'll see.
I mean,
We'll see.
Moving to the Giants.
Yeah, we can move to the Giants.
So,
man.
You want to go who they lost?
oh yeah, they lost Tyrod, Barkley, Breida, freaking Isaiah Simmons, Xavier McKinney. Adoree Jackson. They lost a lot.
Yeah, they did lose quite a bit.
And who did they pick up?
Drew
They-
Lock.
Devin Singletary, Isaiah McKenzie, and they did trade for Brian Burns.
Yeah,
That was huge.
actually-
And they
that
only
was
had to give up a
actually
second round pick. First of all, Brian Burns' value is easily a first
They
round pick,
used
potentially
they
two.
used the same compensation
So
they
they-
got for
Leonard
that.
Williams.
Yeah,
Bro,
That's
insane.
crazy that they-
That's
that they
another
pulled that
move
off.
that the Panthers just pissed away. You could have got a first round pick, dumbasses. You don't have one this season. Chicago has it.
Do you think Giants go quarterback in the draft at all?
Yes,
Yeah.
you have to.
yeah. That they're taking whoever's the top on the list at quarterback. That's who they're taking. Doesn't matter
I
who it is.
say by
matter
the
who it is.
trade deadline, we see Daniel Jones being moved.
Yeah, 100%.
By the trade
100%.
deadline. Yeah.
Because he's going to end up going somewhere. Because he's going to end up going somewhere making a little bit less money, but the Giants are still going to have to pay
What makes
on it.
me mad is the fact that Brian Burns, for a second round pick, y'all,
They got to
it
steal.
pisses me off.
They
Man.
gotta
I'm not even a
steal.
diehard Cowboys fan. They stole
gotta
Brian Burns
steal.
away,
That's
and they
it.
brought in Jalen Mills, who is a
That
solid
just
nickel
shows you
corner.
how fucking terrible Carolina is right now.
Also,
They
yes.
are in a
GM sucks.
hole so bad.
Poverty
like this is crazy.
franchise.
Oh yeah, and it's a new franchise. How the fuck is a new franchise a poverty franchise?
If you just single out the CMC deal
Bro.
alone, to me was
Bro.
Garbage.
Now it has me thinking, well, who else needs a fucking team? Are we going to fucking see the loss of the Carolina Panthers and the team get moved off somewhere else now
Yeah,
with how
probably.
bad they're doing?
it's bad.
Bad.
And I'm not gonna put it on Bryce Young. He doesn't have a fair shake right
No,
now.
I wouldn't.
But I will
That's not
say,
him.
and because of how analysts and coaches and organizations look at players, he had historically one of the worst rookie seasons we've seen. And I know it's I know a lot of people don't put it on him, but it doesn't look I mean, it's still though. They're gonna look at that.
Yeah. All right, let's move on to these fucking Washington Commanders.
We're signing everybody.
Bro.
Zach Ertz.
I cannot believe the moves that Dan Quinn is making right now.
Eckler.
Dan
Austin
Quinn made a lot
Eckler?
of good moves.
Which is
It's
Yeah.
trash.
I mean, I don't understand it because you have Brian Robinson.
Yeah.
I don't get it, and he was amazing for you last year.
Depth. You need. I mean, he could come out of the backfield, catch.
Yeah, that you literally got the same exact running back, and it's not a thunder or lightning kind of thing.
He's
It's
only-
literally you. Either one of them can play. You just give them opportunities. Okay, first one is Robinson. You're gonna go up first. You're gonna get everything. Now to the next series, it's gonna be all Eckler. It's just gonna.
Eckler's going to be more
rotate
on the
it.
passing downs and third downs.
No,
You don't think
no,
so?
I think they're gonna. It's just whoever's in staying in until the other one subs
Just
them
roll
out.
with the hot
Yeah,
hand.
you're just gonna keep them in.
See, I feel
So
like
think,
I
you're
feel
gonna get,
like
6 snaps in a row of Austin Eckler, and then you're gonna get like 7 or 8 snaps in a row. Of
we'll
Brian
see what
Robinson.
Cliff
It's gonna be
Kingsbury
something weird
does.
like that.
I feel like that's taken away from Robinson. I think he earned the number one role there.
I think it's going to keep both of them more fresh. In all honesty, I think it's going
You're
to be a
right.
good
I
rotation.
mean, you're not wrong.
I think that's what it's going to be because you're not going to lose that threat. That threat's always going to be there. He's either going to be a threat to run the ball or he's either going to be a threat to catch the ball. But you'll know which
Yeah.
one is more of a threat of the player that's
Yeah,
out there. But
I know
that's the only difference you're going to get.
I did like them bringing in Zach Ertz too.
Zach
On
Ertz
a
was
1-year
actually
deal,
a really
that's a
good
solid.
signing.
Because look, I know he's been hurt a couple of times, but when he's on that field, he demands volume.
Yeah. Another
He has a
weird,
volume tight
another
end.
weird in division rival.
Yep. Now, not only did Dan Quinn leave,
You and all the Cowboy rejects.
he brought 3 Cowboy starters
Yachich,
too.
Armstrong, and Fowler.
Yep.
Y'all lost y'all starting center, but that was a weak point on y'all's line. So
Yeah.
Dorrance Armstrong was a solid depth piece for y'all, but he got
that was a Dan Quinn guy. He was always
he
gonna
was,
follow Dan Quinn
and Dan
wherever
Quinn
he
gave
went.
him 3 years, $45 million.
Yeah.
Jerry's
Van
not
Der
going to
Esch
do
is
that.
gone.
Van Der Esch
Van Der Esch was
they had to cut him because they had to cut him
it
before
was a
June
medical-
1st.
It's a medical.
But they
issue.
already Jerry Jones and them already announced that Van Der Esch in the next coming weeks will be announcing his medical retirement.
Yeah, I kind of figured.
So it was. I promise. I guarantee you, they had already met with Jerry Jones.
We're going to the Cowboys.
No, I was saying the
Oh.
Cowboy players that Dan Quinn.
The Cowboy players that went to Washington.
Oh,
Should we say their biggest free agent signing is Bobby Wagner? Did we forget about that?
Ooh,
Bro, I
yeah,
forgot about that.
Who, by the way,
And they got Frankie Luvuvu, whatever his name is.
That was from the
Bro,
Panthers.
that
Was a
dude is
monster
cold as
signing.
well.
He's cold as fuck.
That is crazy. They got 2 of they got 2 of arguably the top 5 linebackers in the league.
And they went and signed Brandon McManus, which the kicker was one of their weaker points.
Yeah.
So Brandon McManus is a very good kicker. But I do the Luvu and Wagner. And Wagner these past 2 seasons, his season with the Rams.
And they got Dante Fowler.
Yep.
So his
Bro.
season with the Rams, just real quick on this, was statistically the best year of his career. Then he goes and signs a 1-year deal back with Seattle last year and goes and has the best tackling season
Yep.
of his career. Dude, Bobby Wagner at 34 years old is still on fucking fire.
Yep.
That dude is playing at an all-pro level at 34. It's insane. That's an amazing signing. That's y'all.
Yeah. Oh yeah, 100%. 100%.
Yeah.
Especially behind Dan Quinn's defense.
Especially
he
also-
now has that leader to run everything.
Bro.
Dan Quinn now has relieved all the pressure of the defense for him, at least for these. How long did they sign him for? Was it a 1 year?
1 year. Louisville got a
so-
3-year.
Yeah, and
Louisville will be their
that's
future.
That's who's going to be the
Yeah.
leader. So he now have somebody there that can train Louisville, and now you are going to be able to just kind of like let the
Bro.
defense progress the way it
Look at
needs
this.
to as you
Check
go.
this shit out. Dan Quinn came in. He brought in 4 edge rushers: Dante Fowler, Obata, Cleland Farrell, and Dorrance Armstrong. That is an awesome rotation and depth.
He got a real defense.
He came in and brought in Frankie Louvu and Bobby Wagner. He brought in Jeremy Chin to come in and start. I mean, Dan Quinn went over there and started making fucking moves immediately.
And that was them after losing Chase Young.
And they have the 2nd overall pick.
Yep. So now they just need that quarterback that can run the offense because their offense was decent. Their offense was good.
Now sorry, Nick, we're about to tear the Cowboys apart.
Bro, I've already told people, bro. I don't see us. I see us fighting to not be last in our division.
Yes,
that's how bad
as
it
of
is
right now. I don't like because I do like the Cowboys. You know, being from here, I'm a diehard Colts fan. I like seeing the Cowboys be good.
Let's move on to the Cowboys.
Be quick.
Hell yeah, it is.
I'll say this might be historically the worst offseason as of the last 35 years for the Cowboys.
I think they're all about the same. They've all run together.
You have to look at what y'all lost to what y'all's gained this offseason.
Yeah.
It's bad.
Oh, it's
now
way,
what I did like,
more.
Hold on.
Okay, go.
Who did we lose?
Yeah, we gotta go. This is insane. Yes.
Tony Pollard, Michael Gallup, Tyron Smith, Yachich, Armstrong, Fowler Jr., Gallimore, Hankins, Vander Esch, Gilmore, and Curse.
By the way, anybody who is watching this or will be watching this, every single player named started last season or the past 2 seasons. Those were starters. Those were all starters that the Cowboys lost. Let's go over what they brought back or what they brought in.
The long snapper.
They retained Trent Siege, their long snapper. Because, those are game changers.
That's what we needed.
What's crazy is that was their only move over the first 2 days.
Yeah.
Yep.
Was just re-signing
Which is
their
even
long
more
snapper.
insane.
We were going all in.
Oh, yeah.
We'll get there. What I did like is the Eric Kendricks move is a solid signing.
My shit just updated. I don't know why.
Jordan Lewis, bringing him back on a 1-year deal as your nickel corner is a solid signing.
Did somebody make a move?
I don't have anything.
Okay. Keep going.
No, that was it. That was it, just those. Now, cutting Gallup was the right move.
Yeah,
Cutting Gallup was the right move.
He
needs a fresh start somewhere else. He did nothing. It wasn't good. Injury was bad for him. A fresh start. Carolina's a good spot for him. Go to that garbage dump.
Yeah.
If you ball out for him good, you'll earn yourself a contract
just get your
somewhere
opportunity.
else.
That's all it is.
I don't know, Nick. I mean, for an owner who's all in for the Super Bowl this year, this is my here. Can I say my theory real quick?
Yeah, come on.
Jump into
Let me hear it.
I think that Jerry Jones is setting this up to be an epic fail for Mike McCarthy. So when they fire him or let him go because he's on the last year of his contract, Jerry doesn't look like an asshole, and they're going to bring in Belichick. He's setting all of this up, and he's going to blame all the blame's going to go on Mike McCarthy this year.
Image.
It's the image. But Jerry's all about the brand and the image, and he does it. Bad PR, he does not like bad PR, even though he does get a lot of it. He's doing all this to push it all on McCarthy.
He still looks like a jackass, though.
Yeah, 100%.
He is the worst thing for the Cowboys.
You're the owner and you're the GM, and you're not making any moves to make your team better. You look like a jackass.
When literally every team in your division got significantly.
Yep.
Okay, let me take that back. The Commanders got tremendously better, and the Eagles got tremendously better, and the
Giants.
got a little better. The Giants got better.
The Giants were all. The Giants. You got to still remember though. Giants was a playoff team the year prior.
I'll say this: Brian Burns is going to give y'all a problem 2 games a year. Brian Burns is going to be a problem for y'all 2 games a year. The Eagles' defensive line is going to be a fucking problem for everybody. That's a nasty defensive line. Yeah. Arguably, on paper, the best defensive line.
The Giants will just have to figure something out offensively.
I think y'all beat the Giants.
Yeah.
Twice this year.
Yeah. Here's the thing: y'all are going to
split with Washington and split with Eagles.
I don't know about. Split.
I don't know about split, man.
There's no way the Eagles beat us twice. There's no way.
I think the Eagles sweep y'all. I can see y'all with everything being fresh and a rookie quarterback with the Commanders. I can see y'all splitting with the Commanders. Y'all are going to be fighting for last place with the Giants, and I hate that. But that's what I think.
Fighting for 3rd place.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
Not good, man.
Nope, not at all.
How do you feel?
We're all in.
We're all in.
We're all in. Bro, I don't feel good at all.
And
I
then
don't know
this
what the
makes
fuck's
me
gonna
worry
happen.
for the draft because now they're gonna freak out during the draft. You're gonna panic.
Well, here's the thing. Also, they've got to look for next season. Next season, there's
It's
like
bad.
5 or 6 players they have to pay.
And they're not just players. CeeDee Lamb, Dak Prescott. I mean,
Yep.
your
And then the
two
year after that,
centerpieces.
they got to pay Micah.
Yep.
So
Micah's next year.
Yeah, the
he's
year
up
after,
next
yeah.
year. You got to pay him, Dak Prescott, and CeeDee Lamb. What are you gonna fucking do?
suck.
You
ass.
got to pay CD.
What happens? Because it's a real possibility that Parsons
have to
goes
pay
with Dan
Micah.
Quinn.
Yeah. CD and Micah
I
got
think
to
Dak's
be,
gone after this season.
got to be locked.
No,
I
Jerry
still
Jones has a history of keeping his guys around. He does. He is a Dak Prescott fan. He was a Tony Romo fan. He kept Tony Romo forever.
Until he got hurt.
It's going to be the same with Prescott. Prescott will be there till his
Who's y'all's
replacement
backup?
comes
I
along.
don't know. Trey Young or not Trey Young, Trey Lance.
Yeah.
Maybe that move was a sign for the future.
That's what a lot of people thought, and I just don't see why that was the guy you went for. In my mind,
Cheap.
if that's what you were worried about, then this should have been the time we should have. If you're gonna look for that prototypical quarterback, I would have much rather taken Justin Fields.
Yeah, but I think it's also like a thing you want
I
to
would have much
secure
rather taken Justin Fields.
secure Dak. Like, don't bring someone in the contract year
The thing
and
with Dak,
put all this pressure on him.
Dak is a.
That's what you have to do.
First
That's
of all,
what you
Dak
have to
finished this season. Dak put
do.
himself
Second place.
He put himself in a great position.
Second place.
The thing is, they're not going to pay him.
no,
They said after next season he could
can't pay
demand.
him. They can't pay
All
him.
the people on that list they have to pay, he's at the bottom of it.
Did you see what he's
They
projected
can't.
to
They
demand?
can't pay him.
Oh, he's
And the-
demanding a lot, but they're not going to pay
Well,
him.
he's not demanding. He's not demanding.
The market will
He's
pay him $60
due.
million.
Yeah.
He's
60
due
million a
60
year.
million. He's
Okay.
not demanding it. He's due
He's gone.
60 million.
He's gone. they're not going to pay him $60 million.
Someone will.
They're not, but I mean,
No, I'm talking about the Cowboys. The
No, no.
Cowboys aren't paying
But
him
here's
$60
the
million.
thing, though: the right move would be to extend him. The Cowboys would actually save money in cap extending him, and I feel like you have to. He's one of the best quarterbacks in the league. I don't care that he has one playoff win. He's one of the best quarterbacks in the league.
got more than one.
Dude, Jerry Jones
Two.
already.
He has two.
He already like predicted it. Like, we're only going to go as far as Dak is going to take us. That statement alone to me is like, you don't have faith in your freaking franchise quarterback.
That statement's just fucked up to me because you're expecting Dak to go out
Dak-
and do Patrick Mahomes things with the same amount of talent that Patrick Mahomes has. You can't do that.
He's
Dak's
not Patrick Mahomes. Patrick Mahomes is
So
on his own
that's-
fucking cloud.
That's the problem with it. And Jerry's almost, in a sense, in his eyes, seeing, oh, well, Dak's able to do these kind of things. He should be able to do the same thing, that Patrick Mahomes does.
Dak
And that's the
Prescott-
problem. That's the problem.
Played at an incredible MVP level this year, and him, McCaffrey, or Jackson, any one of them three rightfully deserve the MVP this year. Any one of them who won was the right choice, although we know Lamar won, obviously.
Yeah.
But you have to keep Dak. It's so hard to find a guy like Dak that good. You got to keep him. He is a franchise guy. Not only is he a franchise guy, he is what you want in a franchise guy. He is the prototype of a franchise quarterback.
He's going to
And
demand
he
too much money, though.
gets so much hate.
And what
I
kind of
don't
run
get
game
it.
did we have to help him in any situation?
None.
Okay.
Nothing.
And
But
right
yet,
now,
yet it's his fault. It's Dak's fault.
Yeah.
We're not able to run the ball.
it's
enough.
looking like I ain't going to have no run game this year
Oh,
either.
yeah, you ain't
Nope.
fucking lying.
Like,
We
Deuce
fight
Vaughn's
for-
the only
we
running
fight
back
for
right now
third.
on the roster. I thought Dinwiddie was on there, but
Dinwiddie.
what is it? What's his name?
Dinwiddie.
Dinwiddie.
Dowdle.
Dowdle.
Fuck,
He's gone
I always
too.
do that. I do it every
Dowdle.
time. I get it wrong every fucking time.
no, Dowdle's gone too.
Yeah. Deuce Vaughn's the only running back on the roster.
Said Dinwiddie.
And then you got to look at what Jerry Jones just fucking did.
Yep.
And watch, John's gonna. It's still Dak's fault though. The reason Jerry didn't call Derrick Henry is because of Dak.
Why?
No, I'm just saying that's what.
Oh, boy, I'm about to say.
I was about to say, what are you doing this
I was saying we all know.
What you know?
We all know that's what John's saying.
What you
We
know?
all know that's what he's saying.
You're not lying.
Somehow all gonna be Dak's fault.
my
The media is
God.
gonna run away with Dak. They're gonna tear him. I mean, it's stupid. It's fucking horrible.
Bro.
And
He
Jerry's
needs to
over
hire
it.
a freaking GM.
Shit,
That-
we, need,
that's
I've been
it.
saying that.
we need more than just
That would
the
solve the
GM.
problem. Be an owner. sit back,
Yeah.
enjoy being the richest franchise in the history of the sports franchise in the history in the world, and just sign the fucking paychecks, Jerry, and shut your goddamn mouth.
I think he's going to see now. I'm telling you.
Hire a GM, dude. Like that would solve your
Starting to get a little
problems.
slow in his old age.
Yeah.
All that cocaine and prostitutes from back in the day is catching up to him.
Jerry be in the room with
And it's
Mike.
wild because there's still really good players out there to bring in.
They are.
And my
And there's
thing is,
guys out there that could come in and make a difference for y'all.
I don't know why they're waiting for the draft.
I will say they have been
I
hitting on the
think
draft.
they're
though.
waiting for the draft because they're trying to figure out the core that they want. I honestly think that's what's going
But
to happen.
the thing is, you need a running back.
You do.
You have to.
But I mean, I think you can get away with drafting this year. You can get away with drafting somebody in the draft.
That's going to come in and start.
Potentially. It just depends where you take them in the draft. That's where you get the hang up. Because in my mind, Cowboys are going to have to go tackle first pick overall. Then the second round, they have to take a running back. Whoever's the top running back that's out there, you have to take whoever
Well,
it
with
is.
losing Smith, their first pick in the draft has to be an offensive tackle.
Yeah, that's what I said. Is
Yeah,
that first
okay,
pick
I
is
see
a
what you're saying.
tackle, second pick
Their
has to be a
second pick
running
has
back.
to be a running back. They put themselves in a position where it needs
And
a
then
running
your
back.
third pick either has to be a linebacker or a guard. It's one of the two, or a center. I mean, it has to be a center or it has to be.
You can get a
linebacker.
good
It has to
center
be
in the middle of the late rounds.
one
though,
of the
so,
two.
Like you
One
can
of
get
the
a
two.
I mean, Jason Kelsey was a 6th round pick, and he's probably arguably the greatest center of all time.
I just think that you need to start getting actual players in that position rather than you converting somebody into that, because that's not working for us. Because that's what Biotish was. Biotish was a combo guard, and he
No, you need a pure center.
Yes, that's why I'm
Yeah.
saying we need to draft.
No,
a
yeah,
high
you
one.
don't need a hybrid. You don't need a combo. You don't need a
to draft
swing lineman. You
somebody
need a fucking
who's good
center.
at that position. If we have to waste a 3rd round pick on drafting a center, draft a fucking
The Cowboys haven't had a center since
center. Ferguson.
Frederick.
Or yeah, that guy.
He was an All-Pro. He was amazing, and unfortunately, due to some illness,
Yeah.
he had to retire, and that was unfortunate because
It was like a
that
blood
dude was
disorder
a
or
fucking.
something like
When
that.
y'all had that offensive line,
It was
Bro, I'm
disgusting.
telling you, that's why I'm telling you, a center makes a big deal when it comes to an offensive line.
yes, he does.
A center makes a big
Yeah, it
deal
does.
because it relieves so much pressure off of your quarterback. It relieves the pressure off of everybody else because it is now something. It is one less that, like for Dak, that was one less thing he had to worry about. All he had to worry about was making the throw and making the right call. Now he has to make sure that he adjusts himself in the pocket and this and that. Now, if you can get away with having to do that, it makes things so much easier for your quarterback.
Yeah.
That's the reason why Dak looked so good in those offenses, is because he didn't have to worry. He didn't have to worry about that. But when you have a rotating offensive line with 8 different fucking linemen over a span of 3 years, that's not right. You can't develop anything out of that.
You can't expect anything out of that.
No,
That's the
you
thing.
can't.
No, and
But-
I'm gonna say it. Oh, go ahead.
With
go
Jerry
ahead.
Jones and the Cowboys, you expect the highest caliber.
Yep.
Everything.
But the biggest problem for the Cowboys is Jerry Jones. I firmly believe he does
for sure.
not care about winning Super Bowls.
all he wants is
I
money.
believe that. I
Money.
believe he only cares about the fact that they're the richest sports franchise and his brand and that star. And if they win along the way,
He's happy.
then it's a bonus. But if they don't win Super Bowls, he really truly doesn't care.
He don't give it.
He'll say what he needs to say to make the fans happy.
He doesn't
but that man
care
don't
about
give
his
a fuck.
fans either. Look, dude,
No.
when they opened that new stadium, that whole party pass thing was the biggest gimmick I've ever seen in my life. You pay, $45, and you can go and you can stand and watch the game the whole time. Then you're not even guaranteed to get in the building, even if you do buy one.
Yeah. So he's still making
No,
money.
you're guaranteed to get in. You're not guaranteed to have a spot to watch the game at.
You might have to just walk around the stadium.
Once they reach a certain capacity, they don't track how many party passes they sell. So
Yeah, that's true.
Once they're at a certain
Damn.
capacity,
Yeah.
you're not even guaranteed to get in if it's sold out.
Damn.
Yeah.
You have to go in the parking lot and just basically tailgate.
Yeah.
You're not guaranteed to get in at all.
I've heard that they'll you just walk around
Yeah.
or walk around the stadium, just walk in there, just walking around.
Yeah, because they have a capacity that they have to be under.
Yeah, that makes
So
sense.
if it's sold out and the party passes area is sold out,
And it's at max capacity.
you SOL. Look at
That's
you.
not
Fuck
really.
the
That's
parking
not
lot.
really. And now, I mean, depending on who they play, Like when the last time the Bills came here, it was $250 for a standing ticket in the
Oh,
park.
it's stupid.
Yeah, it's fucking.
Oh my god.
Dude, watching
Nah.
them open
Yeah.
the doors and see people run in is the
Those,
wildest thing.
what
I've
you
ever
see
seen.
them running, they're running to the area to get a spot.
Yeah.
At the
Yes.
party.
Yeah, where the
Yes,
party. Yeah.
those videos you see. Yes.
And I will say they've made some changes because I went the first year it was open, and there was no like tables or anything. It was just a fucking open area.
I think now it's a little dip. They've made
Now there's like
upgrades to
there's
it.
like little standing tables, like bar tables you
Yeah.
can sit
Bar
at,
stools
stand
and-
at.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Or
but
whatever.
before it was like, no, y'all are fucking just crammed in there, just standing and looking
Sardines,
at the fucking
baby.
jumbotron.
It's not even worth it. It's not even fun.
No, it isn't.
It's a horrible experience. I don't want to be shoulder to shoulder with people.
Dude, you know how
and
many
nut to
fights?
You like this game, man? Yeah, me too.
Dude, the Cowboys have so many fights every game.
That's because people keep trying us, man. I don't know why y'all. I don't know why y'all niggas come here and think y'all can just try us on our home turf. What'd you expect? Huh? I got you. But yeah, I just, I think we really need to figure out something because
Yeah, hell yeah. Figure out a fucking
we
jam
we are starting to put ourselves in a
'Cause-
hole that I don't know if we can get ourselves out of, and ain't no quarterback, running back, or anything is going to get us out of this hole that we are in if we don't get something figured
And
out.
Jerry's
soon.
digging himself a hole. People are noticing the rest of the division has significantly got better, and you did
Yep.
nothing. And this is not a good look. And I'm very interested to see what he says in that first press conference of the preseason. And somebody was like, "Oh, what happened to All In?" I'm waiting for it. What are you gonna fucking say, Jerry? What bullshit's gonna come seeping out of that shithole of yours?
Yeah, I'm not ready for
Because
it.
there's no excuse. You don't have an excuse.
Well, let's run on to the NFC North.
Yeah, I was gonna say
Let's finish these
Just
last ones
run
out.
through it real quick.
Yeah.
Back's hurting.
Bears, DeAndre Swift, Keenan Allen,
I don't.
Gerald Everett from us.
I didn't understand what they were doing at first, but then once they sold off Justin Fields, that's when I was
You know
like,
what they're
okay,
doing, yeah.
Now that makes more sense. 'cause,
At first,
I mean,
it was surprising, but
yeah,
now I see what their
Bro.
future is, and so they made some good moves.
I liked Chicago's moves, but it's still Chicago. So.
Oh yeah, no, you're not wrong. You're not wrong.
You think they'll get last in the division again?
No,
You think it's gonna be the Panthers?
I think.
I mean, not the Panthers, the Packers.
I think.
No, actually, I think it's gonna be Minnesota.
What?
Yeah,
I
it's
think
gonna be
you know what? I
Minnesota.
actually think the Chargers are gonna trade with Minnesota at pick 5.
You think so?
Yeah, I think we're gonna trade down, and Minnesota's gonna go up and get a quarterback.
Oh yeah, they don't have a quarterback.
No.
That's why I think it's gonna be Minnesota.
I think Detroit runs away with that division.
Yeah,
I don't think they run away with it. I think
Ooh.
Green Bay will still be
Dude.
on their heels.
Hold
I
on.
think in the division, Green Bay will be on their heels, but I think that
I think they win it.
Chicago can give them a chance, but I don't think Chicago's going to be.
It
able to
depends on
beat
what
them.
they do.
Yeah.
The weird thing, it's crazy because Chicago's in a very intriguing spot
Situation, yeah.
and situation, and they're a horrible franchise.
They
And
can
they
either do-
always fumble the bag, and I still feel they're gonna fumble the bag
Yeah.
somehow.
Dude, they're
regardless
just-
of the moves they made, they're still gonna fumble the bag.
they're like right at the peak, and it's like you could either go one of two ways. You could
The
either
roster they have, all you need is a quarterback, and you can at least make a run in the playoffs. But
Yeah.
you guys are gonna fumble it. Y'all are gonna fucking make the wrong choice, and it's gonna be awesome.
Yeah.
I'm gonna love it. Detroit still has a lot of money in cap too, and they didn't lose.
They do. But
They
it
lost C.J.
also-
Gardner Johnson, but that's really about it.
Yeah. And the Bears did have a good defense, and they did add to their defense. So
Yeah.
I mean, it does help whenever they do that.
I think for it's just
Because their defense actually was pretty cold. I did not mind Chicago's defense. It just didn't help that their defense was on the field so goddamn much because Justin Fields
Yeah.
sucks. And they had no fucking run game. I couldn't even tell you who the damn running back was there.
No, but now they got Swift, so
Hopefully that'll help.
Swift's
It'll at
good
least-
though.
I think they'll be decent.
I think they have a chance to be decent for sure.
They have a
Like I said, I
chance.
think they have a chance to at least compete to try to beat either Detroit or Green Bay. I don't think that they'll have like a oh man, it's a 50-50 shot, but any given Sunday, right? Any
They
given
lost.
Sunday.
They lost Yannick in Ngukwe.
Yeah, but
Ngakwe.
he didn't really do a whole lot for him. Yeah, but they extended Glasgow, their All-Pro guard.
Yeah,
Who is this?
the Bears.
Oh, the Bears.
Oh, the Bears. My bad.
No, you're good.
I
You're good.
scrolled down too far.
Oh, my bad.
I was on.
So,
I was on the.
We can skip to Detroit.
Yeah, let's go to Detroit.
That's what I was. Yeah,
They got-
Detroit retained their All-Pro guard. They brought in Marcus Davenport, which was decent. They have a big signing. Defensive tackle DJ Reader came from Cincy.
Yeah.
Fucking They went and got Carlton Davis for a 6th-round pick.
I couldn't believe that they fucking
A
got
6th-round
that. That's
pick.
Crazy.
They gave up. Oh my bad. They got Carlton Davis and a 6th. They gave up a 3rd-round pick. That's good value.
Still, yeah,
Yeah.
it's not bad at all.
Brought
I'll
in
take
Emmanuel
that.
Mosley. I mean,
Yeah, but and then like you said, they only lost really C.J. Gardner Johnson. That's it.
right, and they replaced him with Davis,
Yeah, they did.
which was okay.
They're
that's
going to be
fine.
good. They're
Yeah.
going to be good again. They're going
They-
to
they have a-
make another
I
deep
think
playoff.
They have a
still-
good
I think
draft
they
position.
Still need to help that defense. They still need help on that defense.
I think they do that in the draft.
They do that in the draft.
Yeah,
They're
I
gonna
think
have
for
so.
sure.
They're gonna have to.
Dan Campbell, we questioned his draft picks last year when we went live with
Yep.
it,
Shouldn't
and
have.
they did nothing but prove us wrong.
Yep.
Shouldn't have.
And I'm all for it. So I'm really whatever he drafts, I'm not even going to question it.
Yep.
I'm not, because everybody was like, "What the fuck?" last year, and
What the hell?
Campbell, the
What's happening?
linebacker, had a great rookie year. Branch was a Pro Bowler safety for him, and we all know what Gibbs ended up doing. He started off slow his first 3 games, but then when Montgomery
Went off.
missed 2 games,
Once he
went
got his
off.
feet under him, that
He
boy,
earned himself.
Yeah.
He proved himself,
Yep.
and so, dude, good for Detroit, and they made the NFC Championship.
Yeah.
They have a lot to look forward to.
Yeah.
That franchise, for the first time in the history of that franchise, they're good. They're here to stay. They're solid, and they're a fucking Super Bowl contender.
I think they got to spend a
job.
little bit more money.
And not only that, but the owner extended Campbell
Yep.
and the GM.
Yeah.
So
That's good. You still got to spend a little bit more money.
They will. They got cap.
You got
They have-
you got to capitalize on this
after
opportunity. You
what they
have to.
brought in, they have, I think, like almost 40 left.
Oh yeah, they got cap. They're
They got
going to
cap.
make some
You got to
moves
spend
still.
just a little bit more. You get that last little addition to help your cause. I think you got a chance. I think you got a real chance.
You wanna jump on over to Green Bay real quick?
On
let's
to
go
Tim.
ahead. Fucking crazy, y'all fucking lost Aaron Jones to me.
But they
I
signed
did-
Josh Jacobs.
I did not think that was going to happen.
And
I just didn't think
I
that they were
like-
going to sign Josh Jacobs.
Well, I like this. The contract's good. So pretty much after year 1, it's not fully guaranteed anymore. So after year 1 with Josh Jacobs, so if he ends up just shit in the bed, they can dump him, and they'll only lose 14. They'll only pay him what they would have been paying Aaron Jones essentially.
Yeah.
So all they did was swap Aaron Jones for Josh Jacobs,
They did lose Bakhtiari on the offensive line.
and they
That-
brought back
that
AJ
hurt.
Dillon on a 4-year deal.
AJ Dillon signed a 4-year fucking
They had
deal.
they
Yeah,
had a,
yeah.
yeah, they said it was a very very rare tenure, or like a instead of not tagging him, it was a very rare tag that offered a 4-year extension, and AJ Dillon signed it, or agreed to it at least.
Wild.
Yeah, and that's another one.
I mean, he had to because
He was
wasn't
set-
gonna have that great of a market. I mean,
he
was
had
gonna
already
get nothing but
visited
one-year deals.
Indianapolis, and I would have loved him in there. And he was set to visit the boys. And that was supposed to happen, and then he ended up didn't even go to the boys, didn't even visit. He ended up just staying with Green Bay. So that was another miss. But they cut Bakhtiari or whatever, it was time to move on. It's time to move on. They're gonna draft them a tackle. They'll draft his replacement.
They're gonna
Green
be
Bay's
okay.
looking good,
They're
man.
gonna
They
be
brought in Xavier McKinney, the safety from New York, on a 4-year deal, which was a great signing. Yeah, it's
They look all right. They're gonna look all right.
Jordan Love looked pretty darn good.
He did.
By the end of the season, the last 8 games of the season, that last half, he was a top 5 quarterback. He finished the year very well.
I can believe it.
So
He showed out in that Cowboys
he did.
game.
yes, he
He really
did.
did.
In that playoff game, he looked amazing.
Aaron Jones showed out in that.
And
fight.
not only did he look good against the Cowboys, and Jones took the cake on that, but he looked good playing the Niners.
yeah,
The best
They
defense
had
in
a
the
chance.
league.
They had a
And he
chance.
had a chance. It was
They
that
had a
he could
chance.
have beaten them.
Yep.
They almost had a Cinderella story going to the NFC Championship. It was almost there. So Green Bay has a bright future ahead of them. How
Do they keep
nobody
doing
else
this?
follows their blueprint with quarterbacks is baffling. They
Yeah.
allow their quarterbacks to sit and develop.
Yeah.
And it's done nothing but been a massive success for them.
So who's their backup now?
I don't know.
Quarterback?
No, quarterback. I bet they'll draft.
Probably draft him back.
Yeah.
Sign somebody.
Yeah.
onto the Vikings.
Skull.
Jump on them real quick and
Skull.
get out of here. Yeah.
Back's always hurting.
I know.
Take all
They
them
lost
back shots.
Cousins, Madison, Davenport, Danielle Hunter.
Kirk Cousins.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yep.
he said Kirk.
Oh, okay, my bad.
Jordan
You ain't
Hicks,
listening.
Anthony Barr. They lost a lot, so they're going quarterback in the draft.
They
Yeah,
brought
have
in
to.
they brought in Sam Darnold.
Yeah, it's a backup
They brought
Jones.
Aaron Jones.
as a starter because they needed any running
That's
back.
gonna be a nice fit though.
Yeah.
I like that over there.
It just solidifies their running back because they didn't have a real.
But-
I mean, even when Cook was there, he wasn't even that good.
I do like Andrew Van Ginkel. He was the starting linebacker for Miami, I believe.
They re-signed Jerry Tillery, who's a bitch.
Blake Cashman was another signing that was good. They had some decent signings, but
Yeah.
nothing for what they lost. And they don't really have a starting quarterback. Sam Darnold is a backup.
They're going to draft it though.
Yeah.
100%.
That's going
They're
to be.
going to keep
They're
it.
going to have to.
Man, but this is why I think this Justin Jefferson trade to the Bengals is a possibility because they need draft capital to be able to move up to be able to get a significant one. Because
Yeah.
unfortunately for them, where they are in the first round,
Were
they're
they
not going to
17?
get. Yeah,
think
they're
they're
not
pretty low.
there. So they got to acquire draft picks, and they're
Yep.
doing that. They did acquire some draft picks to help them. But you can command almost, I would say, 2 first-round picks for Justin Jefferson.
Yeah.
And you can use that capital you get from that to move up to get your franchise quarterback. Because
Or
you do,
depending on the team you swap with, you could just use
because
the two.
if they do this, and I understand Jefferson, it's hard to trade somebody like a player like him. But when you're in
Yeah.
a position like Minnesota, if you can get T. Higgins in that trade and a first-round pick,
What is Cincinnati drafting at?
I don't know. I'd have to
in the
see.
20s, but
Wow.
what you're doing.
They did that good?
Yes, but what you're not doing is you're not using it in the draft. You're using it to move up in the draft.
Yeah.
So you're going to use those first round picks you acquire and have to move up. And I think you can get if you ask for T. Higgins to replace Justin Jefferson and a first round pick, I think you can swing it.
Yeah.
And you still have Jordan Addison. Jordan Addison had a great rookie season. He was solid. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
that's the move that should be made.
I
Will
think
they do
would,
it?
I think it
No.
would be worth trying it just because it'd give you the opportunity.
I mean, if I'm their
to do it.
GM, I'm doing it. I'm pulling the trigger because you have to. You got to have a quarterback. You don't do no good to have all these weapons. You ain't got no fucking
Yeah.
quarterback. Look at the Jets. They had a lot of weapons.
Yeah.
Look at
And
them
it,
this year.
it wouldn't be a bad idea to get a young quarterback in there to help with that young offense that they're building right now.
Yeah,
Anyway.
and Sam Darnold's probably smart enough to help out whatever rookie to back up.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So like,
100%.
it could work. The NFC North is still a pretty tight
wide
division
open,
there.
yeah.
Yeah. So
NFC South.
Kirk kissing Cousins.
run through
Crazy.
this one.
We could speed through
Hurry
this
up.
one.
Hurry up.
Desmond Ritter's gone for the Cardinals.
Yeah.
Cordero Patterson's gone.
Yeah. Knew that was gonna happen.
Jonnu Smith is gone.
Yeah.
And Bud Dupree and Jeff Okuda. Trey Flowers is gone. They lost a lot.
But they got some back.
Yeah, but
They also traded for Desmond Ritter to be the
they did
the
trade.
backup
Yeah.
because Colt McCoy retired.
Yeah.
Who has been their backup for quite a while, actually.
Yep.
We signed what? Ray McLeod.
DJ Dallas to a 3-year
Darnell
deal.
Mooney wasn't bad.
That's not a bad move.
Are y'all looking at
Falcons.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I mean, they made some
I'm on the
moves.
Falcons.
Rondell Moore.
Honestly, I like the Kirk Cousins thing, but I think they overpaid him.
Oh yeah, no, 100%. But I mean, what else were you gonna do?
Yeah, you could not keep going with Ritter.
Yeah,
'cause
no,
he
what
was
else were you gonna do?
trash.
That was the only way. Yeah, paying him money was the only way you were gonna get him to come away from Minnesota.
All right, we go.
Oh
talk
yeah,
about
but that's he's got a good weapons there. That
Oh
they
yeah,
put
yeah,
together.
no,
Yeah, he does.
there's at least a.
Atlanta's
gonna
going to
be a
look a
hot
lot
There's at
different.
least a
That
good
offense is going to be on
team,
fire coming out next season.
They at
Yeah.
least had a foundation before he got there.
Talk about the poverty franchise that is the
old, terrible
Carolina
Panthers.
Panthers.
They did trade for Deontay Johnson. They did sign Josie Jewell, the linebacker from
Yeah.
Broncos, which was a great signing. I like Jewell. They brought in Jordan Fuller, who got cut from the Bills. He was one of those
Yeah.
starter
Yeah.
cuts,
Yep.
cap casualties. They've tried to make some moves. Deontay Johnson was
They
going.
made, they made a couple of moves.
And Mike Williams is going to visit. That'll be a good signing if they can bring him in. I mean,
they have a chance to at least stay relevant.
It looks like
but it's
outside of making that horrible trade with the Giants on Brian Burns, because you should have got a first-round pick, dumbasses. But it seems like they're somewhat trying to make moves.
They're trying to stay the same.
But they're just not
But when
getting
a
the compensation.
33-year-old wide receiver exiting his prime was your number one receiver, which we were all really shocked with Adam Thielen's performance. It's not good.
No, not
It's
at
not
all.
good.
Nope.
Your
Not
run
at
game
all.
was so bad. Good, they overpaid Miles Sanders.
Talk about the Saints.
When they should
Yeah,
they should just ran with Chuba Hubbard, like you said.
Yeah. Hey, I thought Chuba Hubbard was cold, man. I like Chuba Hubbard.
Chuba.
And then we got the old cap casualty Saints.
Dude, Michael Thomas, man. That is insane. And he's still out there.
Yeah.
No one picked him up.
Tim and I actually talked about this the other day because there was some rumors that he was kind of linked to Indianapolis. I was telling him I wouldn't mind that. Like on a 1 year deal, 1 year like $8 million. I mean, you could bring him in. I think Thomas has enough to be enough left in the tank to be a solid number 2.
100%.
And he had games last year where he looked good. It was there. You could see it.
They had no quarterback.
I honestly think, and if you
Derek
really,
Carr was
if
trash.
you really look back at it, ever since Drew Brees retired is when when all this drama with him has happened.
Yeah.
I honestly think he has been trying to get out. We don't even know if he's truly been actually hurt.
I don't think he
Probably
was.
not.
I don't think he was
Because
one bit. I think he was
what is he?
completely
How old
healthy.
is he? 31? 32?
I think so, something
Somewhere
like
around
that.
there. He's a
31,
little bit
32. But he hasn't played. There's so much. He hasn't played in a long time, really.
Yeah.
This was
He's
the
still got
first
enough
full
tread on
season
his
that he's
tires.
had.
He got enough tread on the tires.
And Olave was their number 1. He played as the number 2. I think he has enough tread left to go somewhere else and help out.
100%.
Contribute, yeah.
He's going to be a decent piece anywhere he goes. And I could really see
Don't
somebody
let him go to
like
Kansas City.
I was about to say Kansas City.
Jimmy
Don't let him
Graham's
go.
also gone, too.
What?
First of all, fuck.
What? No,
I'm not worried about no Jimmy Graham. Jimmy Graham didn't play for 2 seasons before he signed with them last year.
Yep.
And he caught like, he caught like 8 touchdowns.
I know, he caught like 8 1-yard
Hey,
touchdowns.
he catching them.
Yeah.
Yeah, 20 yards, 8 catches, and 8 touchdowns on the season.
bro.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah, Saints are in a fucking shithole right. That division is ass.
It's not good.
What you mean? They got Baker
Well,
Mayfield.
hold
Hell
on. Baker
yeah.
played
Come
well.
on, baby.
Hey,
Let's
don't-
move
don't-
on.
don't- Baker
Hey.
earned that contract.
Yeah, he did.
Baker earned that fucking
Yeah, he
contract.
did.
They lost 2 offensive guards, their center, Devin White,
That was a decent loss right there.
and that's really it. Everyone else is kind of
They got a couple of linemen back.
You know, Baker Mayfield's was the biggest. That was the best
Yeah.
thing they could have done. Baker balled out last year.
And re-signing Mike Evans was a good
And
thing.
if you want to look at it, your Super Bowl winning quarterback this year had roughly around the exact same numbers as Baker Mayfield. So
Yeah.
Yep.
I'm just throwing it out there. I'm not saying,
Baker's-
I'm not saying Baker's fucking Mahomes has took a step back. I'm just saying, like,
yeah.
Baker played good enough as
So
a Super
he
Bowl winning
could've- he
quarterback.
could've won a
So,
Super Bowl.
yes. Bringing back Mike Evans was huge.
Yeah,
biggest-
that was their
the
biggest
signing
one.
for them. It was bigger than the Baker thing, but
Yeah. I
you
agree.
needed Baker. You needed Baker because they showed a connection.
Yeah, they gave him $52 million on a 2-year deal, which is
And
for
his-
somebody who's never had a season under 1,000 yards.
Yeah.
Man,
Steal.
Yep.
he's a first ballot Hall of Famer.
And I mean, shoot, and your division is still up for grabs every season.
They
so
did bring
you
back
have a
Levante
chance.
David. I like that. They
Yeah,
brought
they
back
needed
Jordan
that.
Whitefield, their star safety. They brought back Antonio Winfield, another safety. That
Yeah,
they
they
got.
franchise tagged him.
They tagged him, and then they kept McLaughlin, their kicker, who did good
Yeah.
for him. So it's
Fuck
looking
him,
good for
too.
them. It's
Fuck him too. He killed me in a couple of leagues.
that division is absolute ass, but I will say it is looking good for the Buccaneers going forward. They have good draft position as well.
Yeah, they're
Atlanta
good.
has good draft position. Atlanta has good cap. They're in a good cap situation. Cousins is going to be great for them.
The team, the odd man out is the Saints in that division.
I honestly believe the Saints are going to finish last. I think Carolina will
I think they finished third.
finish third. Yeah,
I think so. As
I think
well.
it's up for grabs.
They're
between
going to
the
still.
Falcons
I
and the
think they'll still be
Buccaneers.
below 500. I think they'll still miss the playoffs, but they'll be
Yeah,
third.
yeah, they'll be better than.
I think they
Saints.
win more games than they did last year. I think.
Yeah,
they'll do
yeah,
that.
yeah. I'll agree. with
And we'll
that.
see how they draft too. I know they don't have a first round pick, but it's a very deep draft.
Yeah, you can
So
still
we'll see
build.
what they do. They
You
can
can
probably
still team build as long as you use those picks properly.
Yeah, so it's been interesting. I'm excited. The draft is a month away. It's gonna be it's very exciting. I think we're gonna see some crazy shit. This is the draft that we've been anticipating for the past few seasons. So
this was the COVID. This is the COVID
this is
boom.
this is all the COVID
This is
babies
that
right
COVID
here.
boom, baby.
Yep.
NFC
'Cause
West.
Yeah, let's finish it up on the NFC West and then we done.
You got the Cardinals
gotta
trading
hurry 'cause I have
for
the kids.
Ritter.
Yeah, I got you.
The Cardinals
They made some decent moves. I mean, they lost
a
Marquise
lot.
Brown.
They don't have any receivers. They're drafting Marvin Harrison Jr. third overall.
Oh, 100%. 100%.
He's gonna be the first non-quarterback taken.
Yeah.
Like I said, out of the first 7 picks, the first the 6 of them will be quarterbacks, I believe. Marvin Harrison will be the first non-quarterback taken.
They were
at
pretty
third.
bilal, though. I mean, they made some sneaky signings, but nothing that.
I mean, really, a lot of these are just depth signings.
Justin
Is what they
Jones.
need.
Bilal Nichols might be their best signing defensively.
Yeah, they
Wow.
didn't make
I
too
mean,
big of a splash.
No, again, this is all depth. When you look at it, it's all depth. So
On to the Rams.
yeah.
Yeah.
They lost.
Jimmy G.
They lost Carson Wentz.
But they were
Aaron
playing.
Don-
Jimmy G's
Aaron-
better.
Aaron Donald
Yeah,
retiring.
Aaron Donald was a big loss. for
That's
them, I think.
massive. What a career, man.
Yeah.
10
Brett
years.
Maher.
Just
Brett
Good up.
maybe Maher.
Yep.
they re-signed him, or
No,
they let
he's
him go?
gone.
Oh, well, he sucks anyway.
Yeah. Mhm.
I do like their tight end signing, Colby Parkinson. I didn't really know who he was because it was such a tight end by committee in Seattle. But when you go and look at his numbers in Seattle and like the percentage of plays that he played and like what he did produce, that it is a good signing. It's a good value contract, and it looks like they're looking at him to be the guy going forward.
Is that another in-division trade?
Yes. No, it wasn't a trade. It was a signing.
Or I'm just saying.
Yeah,
What,
free agent
cross
signing,
division?
yeah.
Yes.
Division, yeah.
Because it looks like guys, they gave him 3-year, $22 million. That
that's not bad.
you're paying him to be your starting tight end.
Yeah.
So I did like that. I mean, Cameron Curl was also a very sneaky signing, safety.
Yeah.
That was
yeah.
a very sneaky signing.
Yeah.
That was good. I mean, so it's Rams are. Sean McVay they've had some bad seasons since their Super Bowl
Sean
win.
McVay has been
Managed.
able to keep them relevant with everything he gave up to go
And
win the
his
Super Bowl.
and look at his drafting, man.
That's what I'm saying.
He kills
man.
it.
Puka.
Not only Puka, but their running back.
Yeah, I'm about to say Akers.
Kieran or
Williams.
Kyron Williams.
That's right.
He was, his rookie year, he had a torn ACL. They drafted him with a torn ACL, so he didn't really get to play his rookie year. But it was expected when he came back that he was going to have this huge monster role. And man, did he have a season.
Sure did.
Man, did he have a season.
So
Top 10 running
Played
back.
great.
49ers.
Yeah, fuck the Niners.
Fuck, man.
They actually lost a decent amount of defensive players.
We're going to go over what they brought in because it's stupid,
Well, they lost Eric Armstead,
which is a big
Chase
loss.
Chase Young,
That hurt.
Randy Gregory, Cleveland Farrell, Sebastian Joseph Day, Javon Kinlaw. They lost a lot of people on their defensive
You're
line.
right. You want to see what they brought in on defense? Devondre Campbell from Green Bay. That's a huge fucking signing because Greenlaw is going to miss the season.
Yep.
Because remember, in the Super Bowl, he tore his Achilles, so he's going to miss the season. So Devondre Campbell, that is a massive,
He
massive
at
fucking
least-
signing.
He at least does that role that you.
He's
need him
literally
to
going to
do.
step in
Yeah.
and
Play that
you're not going to
run,
miss a
stop,
beat
and roll.
because yes, Malik Collins, they traded for him because they lost Armstead so they traded Houston for Malik Collins. That is a huge trade.
7th round pick, too.
I know that was great value. The edge, Gross Matos was a solid signing. Leonard Floyd, solid fucking signing. I mean, they did lose good pieces on
They
defense.
lost a lot, yeah.
They did, but they also did a good job of bringing in. And some of these guys they brought in to replace these guys, no, they may not be as good as what they lost, but they're still good enough to keep that engine going.
Yeah.
They lost Gibson and Ryan, both safeties.
Yeah, that was big. That was big.
It's going to be tough.
Yeah. Which I mean, their back end was always an issue anyway, so it's not like it was really that big of a deal.
Right.
If it weren't for Fred Warner,
Yeah. Oh yeah, dude. Fred Warner,
their passing defense would have been much worse.
arguably best linebacker in football. Fred
Yeah.
Warner, dude's
Yeah.
amazing.
Finishing it off
Love
with the Seahawks.
Seattle.
Seattle.
You want to go over who they
Seahawks.
lost?
Yeah.
Drew Lock, Will Disley,
Parkinson, the tight end.
Parkinson, yeah.
Like
Some
the
offensive.
disease?
They lost 5 offensive linemen. Mario Edwards, Nick Ballore,
But all those linemen were in rotational. None of them were starters.
Devin Bush, Bobby Wagner, Jamal Adams, and Quandre Diggs.
They could. Jamal Adams, you had to cut him.
But Diggs?
Yeah,
Diggs was a loss. Adams can't stay on the field, man. He's only played 13 games that he's been there. He's been there for 3 years. It's time to move on from him.
I mean, they didn't pick up anybody too notable besides
Leonard
Williams and Noah Fant.
But the moves that they made for the players they brought in, they traded for Sam Howell. I like that.
Yeah, that wasn't actually a bad
He can
deal.
sit back because I did like him with the Commanders. He did have stretches where he looked awesome and he had his bad moments.
Yeah.
But I think sitting behind Geno Smith for the remainder 2 seasons of his contract, Sam Howell potentially can be the guy in Seattle going forward after Geno Smith. The potential is there. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah.
I think Seattle has. I think they might have an opportunity to move up and probably try to snag.
They gave up
quarterbacks too.
But and this is
think
why I
they
think
could.
this about Sam Howell. They gave up 2/3 and a fifth for Sam Howell.
Eee, that's kind of a lot, though.
That's kind of a lot for somebody that was undrafted.
Yeah.
That's why I'm saying they're bringing him in as the backup, but I think they're bringing him in with the intent of him taking over after he's gone.
Yeah, because that's a lot to give up for.
They extended Noah Fant because you have to, because you let everybody else go.
Yeah.
In the tight end position. They re-signed. This is their big one. Leonard Williams that they traded for last year. They re-signed him on a 3-year deal. So that was huge. They signed Jerome Baker from Miami. That was a big loss on Miami's part. And Artie Burns, the corner, is a good signing. So they brought in some good pieces. Lost.
That's secondary though. With
They'll be stepping up though.
But we'll see what they do in the draft because
They'll
they
be
also
stepping up.
Seattle drafts very fucking good.
But that's also with the help of what's his name, the old guy,
Pete?
coach. Yeah,
Pete Carroll, he's still there.
he's still there though.
He's up in the front office. So again. He's going to be helping in that aspect. So I think we're going to see it's going to be good. It's going to be the same Seattle offseason. Couple decent signings, plug and play guys. We're going to get our core from the draft, and we're going to keep moving forward.
Yeah.
And they've always been able to draft pretty well since Pete Carroll's been there. So they've never not drafted bad.
Yeah, you're not wrong.
But that's been free agency.
That's everything
so
up
far,
to date
man.
right now.
Massive free agency.
Massive free.
And there's
it's
still
been a
massive
while.
players. We could do a whole nother hour on the players that are available.
Still available. Yeah, 100%.
It's insane, but
yeah. It's
I have a
crazy.
broken back, so I can no longer sit here. We've got to fucking.
Yeah.
It's starting to.
Can't wait.
starting to-
Can't wait. So
But
yeah,
I'm
like
pumped.
Spencer said earlier, the draft will be coming up soon. So hey, you guys stay with us because we probably might be doing something for the draft again this year. Probably do another giveaway thing and everything
We
as
actually
well.
had a decent turnout when we did that draft thing. There was a decent amount of people
Yeah.
in there. It was a decent
Yeah.
amount for us, our first little
live video.
thing.
Yep.
And it's really the only one we've actually
Yep.
done.
And we're gonna do another live for it. So
I think that's great.
So-
It was fun.
be ready.
I asked him if he was going to try and sneak away. I think he's and for everybody who doesn't know that is
Yes.
watching, Tim
Tim is
would
now a daddy.
he's gonna be on a pretty decent hiatus.
Yeah.
Him and his wife just had a beautiful little baby
As the
girl.
pappy.
So
As
Pappy
the pappy.
Tim,
Hell yeah.
he's enjoying his new dad life. So
Shitty
congrats to you
diapers
guys.
every 4 hours.
No sleep.
Yeah, I'll see it. He'll send me shit randomly, be like 1:30, 5:30, 3:30. I'm like, oh, you have a baby. Cherie's having you up. Okay.
She's like, I'm
Because,
up.
yeah. Because she's pumping and stuff. So
yeah.
like, there's no need for Tim to
Nope.
get up when she got to feed at night. But I
Yep.
guess she's making Tim get up.
Hell yeah.
They suffering together.
Damn right.
I'm happy for him. It's
Yeah,
well
me too.
deserved. Good
Congratulations.
Congrats.
Yeah.
Congratulations. But yeah, so yeah, you guys, you stick with us. Y'all keep tuning in and be ready for this draft because it is going to be wild. And thank you again, guys, for rocking with us. We'll see you later.
Later.